Pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to beautiful Burrow Fowler Stadium. This is Benji Finsky, alongside my broadcast partner, Ryan McCullough, our producer engineer, Erwin Perez, and we're coming to you live from Monett, where tonight the Cubs play host to the McDonald County Mustangs. Monett, under the guidance of Coach Ben Mock, is 0-4 on the season following last week's road loss at Seneca. Coach Kellen Hoover's Mustangs are also looking for their first win of the season after dropping a hard-fought home contest against Nevada. 1 year ago, down in Anderson, McDonald County defeated the Cubs 45-14, but 2 years ago, the Cubs shut out the Mustangs 18-0 right here at Burrow Fowler. Looking at the history of this matchup, Monett is 11-4 against the Mustangs since 2010, but the Mustangs have won 4 of the last 5 meetings. Let's welcome in Ryan into our pregame show. Ryan, the Cubs are coming home and are needing a win tonight. McDonald County is always big and athletic, so it's not going to be an easy task.
No, it's absolutely not going to be an easy one, and you're facing a very hungry McDonald County team that's also looking for their first win right now and trying to change things for their season as well. And ever since Coach Hoover at McDonald County has kind of got there, this series has been kind of back and forth. The Cubs would win a year, maybe 2, then the Mustangs would win a year or 2. And they've been kind of bouncing back and forth ever since he got there. And now the Mustangs have kind of had the better end of the last 5, 4 of the last 5, and trying to improve on that for them. And if you're the Cubs, you're trying to flip the script.
Tonight's Keys of Victory brought to you by Buchanan Funeral Home right here in Monett. In your family's greatest time of need, trust the guiding hands of those at Buchanan Funeral Home, located at 301 Euclid in Monett. Ryan, something has to give tonight. One of these two teams is going to come away with a victory for the first time. So 1 or 2 or 3 things that the Cubs need to do to break through with a win tonight.
I think it's very simple. It's take care of the football and don't have so many penalties. And that's really the things that have kind of shot the Cubs in the foot, honestly, this year is they've gave away the football, and they've had way too many penalties in a lot of games. You look at the Aurora game, a game they felt like they should have won. They did win. They got the turnovers they needed, but they just had so many penalties that ended up costing them that game. And then for McDonald County, I think it's the same thing. Just take care of the football and execute your drives. I think the keys are the same for both these teams.
You know, Monett, I think a lot lies also on their defense. The offense has been scoring some points. The defense has been put into some tough spots as well. A week ago, the Cubs had 3 interceptions returned for scores. Tough to defend those, obviously. But when you go back to the Aurora game, the defense really had some good stops in that one, and we need to see more of that tonight.
Yeah, and also on the Cubs offense, it's trying, even if you're not capitalizing points, it's moving the ball down the field enough to where your defense isn't having to start already on their own side. Kind of give them a little bit more room to work with. And then for the defense, it's also limiting big plays.
It's the Cubs and the Mustangs live from Burrow Fowler. The Farm Bureau kickoff is just 34 minutes away. When we return, Ryan and I will take a look back at last week in the Big 8. We'll also discuss tonight's games within the conference. Stay tuned for more of the Monett Cubs pregame show, brought to you by Payless Rental and Sales. You're following the Monett Cubs on KKBL and the Talon Sports Network. Tonight's pregame show is sponsored by Payless Rental and Sales. With 6 area locations, Payless Rental and Sales offers flexible payment options and free delivery of furniture, appliances, and electronics. As we hit the 6:30 hour, a reminder that you're listening to the Monett Cubs on KKBL 95.9 FM in Monett, Missouri. Tonight's contest is also on Google Play or the Apple app. It's sponsored by Shelter Insurance Agent Andy Brandt. Stop by the office or call for a free quote today. Stand behind Andy Brandt's shield of shelter. And your Monett Cubs broadcast team, sponsored by A-List Properties. For all your real estate needs, their team is working hard for your family. Ryan, tonight is Hall of Fame night here at Burrow Fowler. They are introducing the 2024 Hall of Fame inductees, which include the 1977 football team, Dr. Ralph Scott, Kenley Richardson, Brittany Davis Welters, Don Rundle, Kellen Bonus, Kyle Meyer, and Raymond Kruger. Congratulations to all those that are being honored here tonight. And Ryan, obviously much older than you, I remember a lot of those names. A lot of good players have come through here.
I can't say that I remember a whole lot. Some familiar names, but a little younger than you and some of the others.
Yeah, you might have to do some research. You know,
Nothing wrong with that.
You know, I lived a little more history than you, but you'll get there someday. But congratulations to all those inductees. A big honor, obviously, here at Monett High School. Ryan, let's take a look back a week now into the Big 8 Conference. Monett was at Seneca. Seneca with a big first half. They win at 64-14. But really a shocker down at Cassville. The Wildcats hang on to win 35-34 against Lamar.
Yeah, Cassville-Lamar has kind of been a game recently, as of late, that has kind of been able to be anyone's game. Going back for a few years now, the Wildcats have a couple victories against the Tigers. I believe they have 3 now within the last 7 years. So pretty good compared to a lot of other teams in the Big 8 when it comes to facing Lamar. And also Cassville coming off that loss to East Newton. That was a big win for them.
Nevada traveled down to McDonald County, and they hung on for a 15-10 victory there.
Yeah, it was hard fought. Nevada able to squeak out a win. Looks like their new faces have really been able to fill those shoes well.
East Newton playing at home last week, coming off a huge win against Cassville. They got throttled by the Mountaineers. Mount Vernon 48-6.
I don't really think anything of it with East Newton besides Mount Vernon's a really good football team. They spread the ball out a little bit more, and I think it caused East Newton to have to run. East Newton doesn't have exactly the same numbers as a lot of other teams in the Big 8. I think they got a little gassed, and the Mountaineers have a lot of talent, a good team. Not a great combo for East Newton to have to go against.
And then out of conference, Aurora hosted Lafayette County, and Lafayette County doubled up on the Hound Dogs 42-21.
Yeah, I picked Aurora last week, and I was wrong. I thought the Hound Dogs were going to be able to go 2-2, but Lafayette County coming away with the win.
This week in the Big 8, McDonald County's here at Monett, Seneca at Aurora, East Newton at Nevada, Mount Vernon at Lamar, Cassville at Harrisonville. So they're making a long trip up I-49 to take on Harrisonville. The Mount Vernon-Lamar game catches my eye, Ryan. I think that's going to be a good game.
I think you're really going to get to see what the Mountaineers are going up against another top team, and Mount Vernon is really fighting for a spot to claim the Big 8 this year.
They are.
I think them and the Indians are kind of on a course together at the end.
Seneca 4-0 in conference play after the first 4 weeks. Mount Vernon 3-1, Nevada 3-1. Lamar is 2-1. So technically Lamar in 4th place in the Big 8. It's been a long time since we've seen that. Cassville 2-2 in conference play. East Newton 1-2. Aurora 1-2. Monett 0-3, and McDonald County 0-4 in conference play. As we said, something's got to give here tonight. With McDonald County, they're coming off a very good year. They went 8-5, and they were district champions.
Yeah, and they knocked off a pretty solid West Plains team. They beat Bolivar. You can correct me if I'm wrong. That's the only district title I believe they have. I think that was their first one. So, I mean, you know, Coach Kellen Hoover really building that program at McDonald County. I believe this is season 8 now for him, and he's really turned that program around.
This year, McDonald County averaging 16.5 points a game on offense, giving up over 27 a game. Monett averaging 17 points a game, but giving up over 50 points a contest. It's the Cubs and the Mustangs here from Burrow Fowler. We'll slip away here from some of our sponsors. We'll be back with more of the Monett Cub pregame show after this timeout.
His sons, John and Bill Richardson, are here tonight to help honor Coach Kenley Richardson.
The score of any contest is generally forgotten over time. However, the actions of players, coaches, and fans, well, they leave lasting impressions. So the next time you're out to a game, be sure to choose good sportsmanship. This message was brought to you by Access Family Care with locations in Aurora, Mount Vernon, Cassville, Neosho, and in Joplin. A reminder that the Talon Sports Network covers 3 teams every Friday night. You can catch the Monett Cubs right here on 95.9 FM, the Cassville Wildcats on 97.7 FM, and the Aurora Hound Dogs on the AM 940. Be sure to catch Big 8 Conference football on the Talon Sports Network throughout the 2024 season. The Talon Sports Network also sponsors a number of great giveaways throughout the football season. Later this evening, we will present one lucky listener with one of these prizes. Be sure to stay tuned and be prepared to call in when you hear tonight's special catchphrase. Ryan, we've dodged the hurricane up to this point. You can see it in the eastern skies, but it appears that it's going to kind of stall at about Highway 65. So maybe we'll be lucky and be able to dodge the rain tonight.
I think we're going to be able to, which is nice because we weren't sure throughout the week if we were going to have no rain, but we're okay if it rains. Irwin, maybe not so much on top. Next week's a different story. He gets the nice press box and we're outside, so I really don't want it to rain next week.
Well, I looked at the 10-day forecast, and it appears it's going to be sunny all next week. So I think we'll be all right when we travel down to East Newton. Big crowd coming in tonight at Hall of Fame game here at Burrow Fowler. Like we've mentioned, always a good matchup in recent years. Cubs kind of dominated for a long while, but in this last 8 to 10 years, they've been some really good contests, and McDonald County's kind of had the upper hand in the last 5.
Up until about 2017, 2018, McDonald County was looked at. When you saw your schedule came out and you saw McDonald County, there was 2 wins you penciled in. You penciled in East Newton as a win, and you penciled in McDonald County as a win, and those 2 teams were always going to be at the bottom of the Big 8 Conference. And ever since about 2018, they've consistently been middle of the pack, if not at the top of the conference. And you've had to earn your wins over them. They have a win over Lamar within the last 6 years, I believe, and under Coach Hoover, who they still have. And they won a district title last year, so some good things coming out of that program these most recent years.
And in most schools, athletics, like other things, is very cyclical, you know. And these teams with sustained success, like a Lamar, that's not always been the case. There was a time you would pencil in a win when you played the Lamar Tigers. But obviously that's changed in the last 2 decades. The key to building that program is that sustainability, and sometimes it's a slow, methodical process.
It is, but one thing I've always thought about the McDonald County fans is they've usually always had a really good crowd. Not really sure how they've traveled, but when you had to go into Anderson and you had to go play there, it didn't matter what sport it was. I can remember having to go there, and we were like, oh, we got to play McDonald County. That's going to be tough. It's just because the crowd was going to be loud, and they usually have a lot of people. It's the McDonald County. It's a school district that deserves a winner.
Yes, and you know what? I know they enjoyed the success they had last year, beating Marshfield, I believe Bolivar,
West
and
Plains.
West Plains. Well, not in that order. It was Marshfield, West Plains, and then Bolivar, and then lost to Jeff City in a very close game, 1-score game against Jeff City in the next round.
It's funny when we talk about those, when we said district championship, we mentioned some of their good wins. One thing that always goes hand in hand with district titles is, well, they beat Lamar. They hold it on the same pedestal as a title for a lot of teams, and that's how a lot of teams speak. Oh, you beat Lamar. That's a big deal. That's what the Tigers have built down there. It's rare to beat them.
And tonight, it's going to be a big deal for one of these teams just to get a win.
Yeah, both these teams are young and just searching.
They really do need to find a winning recipe here tonight. We're going to slip away here from more of our sponsors. We'll be back with more of the Monett Cub pregame show after this timeout. Welcome back to the Payless Rental and Sales pregame show. Little to no money down and flexible payment options will allow you to bring home new furniture, new appliances, and new electronics today. And you can get those from Payless Rental and Sales. The Monett High School Marching Band onto the field. They'll be playing tonight's national anthem. And a reminder that tonight's national anthem brought to you by VFW Post 4207 in Monett. Post 4207 reminds us that some gave all and all gave some. No one does more for local veterans than VFW Post 4207. We'll slip away here from more of our sponsors here this evening. We'll be back with more of the Monett Cub pregame show after this timeout. .4207 in Monett. Post 4207 reminds us that some gave all and all gave some. No one does more for local veterans than VFW Post 4207. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Prime Cut with great smoked meats, fresh steaks, and much, much more. Stop by 101 East Cleveland in Monett if you need a single meal or full catering. Ryan, we've heard that there's some potential changes in the starting lineups. When we took a look at in the pregame, the guys up front for the Cubs will include Henry Reed, Oscar Hinojosa, Braden Castor, Edgar Mercado, and Roger Wetzel. So I have a feeling that we're going to start seeing more of the Cubs playing on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I like it. Some of those key players kind of need to a little bit more. You just get them in the field because it puts your team in a better position to win.
You take a look at the rest of the offense. Of course, the quarterback, Dylan Washik, starting his 5th game of the season here tonight. The receivers include Aaron Soriano, Landon Brandt, Carson Nesselrode, and Colin Umfleet. Some of those guys have been putting up some pretty big numbers.
Yeah, they've had. And last week they did better earlier on, not having as many drops. You kind of saw that plague them against Aurora. That's going to be a big key tonight, is reeling in those early catches and not taking a while to get going. They haven't had the lead all season, so that's going to be a really big deal of how they start and if they can get on top.
One thing that I'm interested in seeing is where Walker Brado will end up tonight. He's changed his number from, I believe it was 33 to 66. So he's going to be on a line somewhere, I would think, potentially on the offensive line, but also on that D-line as well.
Yeah, for sure. On the offensive line making the switch. You can still keep him at linebacker with 66, which I think they will, because he's had a big part on at the linebacker position, and he's done well. So I think the number switch is just for the O-line, because that's the only one that really matters with the numbers. But just adding someone like that's going to be able to block and kind of get scrappy when you need them to.
Tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Prime Cut with great smoked meats, fresh steaks, and much, much more. We'll be back with more of the pregame show after this timeout. To the Payless Rental and Sales pregame show. Tonight's field condition and weather report is brought to you by Heritage Tractor, your local John Deere dealer, who offers new and used equipment for your backyard, farm, or ranch. Stop by or visit heritagetractor.com. Fortunately, at this time, the field condition is dry, and it's a fast surface here at Burrow Fowler. We checked radar, and Branson's getting some rain right now. Ozark may be a sprinkle, but right now everything is dry here in Monett. The temperature is 69 degrees as we approach kickoff, and wind is out of the north-northwest at 13. So the wind could play a little bit of a factor here tonight. It may be breezy throughout the evening, but we hope that the rain stays away. Ryan, always a great place to play here at Burrow Fowler.
Yeah, it is. It's always going to be a good surface. They do a great job taking care of it. And I in pregame, I gave props to McDonald County crowd and how hard they were to play in front of. Not too many over there on the away side tonight, so not making me look real honest over here. But
well, they've still got 6 minutes.
It's a decent trip over there from Anderson.
It is. It's a good trip coming up from McDonald County. One that we make every other year, so we know it very, very well. We're going to slip away here from more of our sponsors. We'll be back with tonight's coin toss and the opening kick after this timeout.
Senior number 5, Parker Messer. Number 16, senior Landon Brand. Number 58, senior Aiden McCall Thomas. And number 66, senior Walker Gradow.
Tonight's coin toss brought to you by Quick Draw Gun in Monett, offering the area's largest selection of firearms, ammunition, and accessories. With a knowledgeable and experienced staff, they also offer training that will allow you to safely handle your purchased firearms. Call Quick Draw Gun at 354-8633. A reminder that you've been listening to the Payless Rental and Sales pregame show. Little to no money down and flexible payment options will allow you to bring home new furniture, appliances, and electronics today. The Cubs won the toss. They're going to defer to the second half. McDonald County will have the option here to begin the contest. Monett will defend the south goal. McDonald County, the Mustangs, will receive the ball. And we'll be going left to right as we look on here high atop Burl Fowler. Just minutes away. This should be a good one, Ryan.
Yeah, it should be. Usually, what they say is someone's O has to go when both teams are undefeated, but someone's O has to go in the win column.
That's right.
And someone's going to win tonight. And so there's a little rainbow forming.
Another rainbow forming.
So
as we look on from
maybe it'll bring some good luck.
Yeah, that pot of gold. Cubs still looking for that victory.
They're wearing gold jerseys.
Yep, so here it is. We have everything. So obviously the sun is breaking out from the clouds slightly behind us. The sunset, I think, is officially 7:02 or 7:03, so we won't see a rainbow for long, but did come out, which tells me it's raining over there somewhere.
Yeah, that east side and where those COC schools are, they're probably going to have some rain in their games. They played a game last night.
Kickapoo and Glendale.
Yes.
Kickapoo won that one. I saw that.
Fourth quarter comeback.
Yep. We'll talk about rivals. Those are two good rivals right there. Kickapoo, Glendale. They like beating on each other. Both teams onto the field. The Cubs in, what is now home gold jerseys with white numerals with the purple pants and the gold and white piping down the side. McDonald County in their traveling white jerseys with black pants and red and white stripes on the pants. It's the Mustangs and the Cubs. Glad to have you along here at Burl Fowler. Tonight's Farm Bureau kickoff is in the air and down to the 17-yard line. And the return man tripped up by the 20 and falls forward to the 21. And that's where the Mustangs will take over. That kickoff sponsored by Farm Bureau agent Lance Matlock. He's for Missouri, and he's for the Monett Cubs.
Yeah, Turf Monster coming up with the tackle.
It did. Right at the 20, and he fell forward to the 21. So that's where McDonald County will take over. They run a couple of quarterbacks. We'll see who they've got in there, but Anthony D'Amico and Ryder Martin are two quarterbacks that are in there often. Out of the shotgun formation, here come the Mustangs. Ball's handed off to a back, running to the left side, out to about the 25. That was number 44 with a run, Malosi Sosif.
We got a flag on the play. It looked like it came out after the whistle was blown.
It's going to be, is that a hold? Legal use of the hands on the Cubs.
I'd say it shouldn't be a hold, but already one play, one penalty.
So a gain of 4. And then a 10-yard penalty on the Cubs. So Sosif with the first carry. And if you're wondering, I believe the spelling of that name is S-O-S-E-F. Big back wears number 44 on his uniform jersey. 1st and 10 Mustangs. And now movement along the line.
One play, 2 penalties.
So another penalty on the Cubs here, unless they were drawn off. It's going to be encroachment against the Cubs. And that's something you talked about at the top of the show, avoiding those costly penalties.
It's just free yardage.
1st and 5. And the quarterback calls his own number this time. He'll have the first down and more into Cub territory and run out of bounds inside the 40.
Yeah, finally wrestled out of bounds by Riley Ray.
That was Martin with the carry, 24-yard gain, and a first down from McDonald County. They have it at the Cubs 36.
I'm going to take a guess that Martin's older brother is Cole Martin, who, if you remember, when they went to the district title 3 years ago or 4 years ago, he was their quarterback. Or the same number.
Could
same
very well
last
be.
name.
First and 10 from the Cub 36. And here is Ryder Martin running it again. This time picks up a couple down to the 33. We'll call it a gain of 2. Bring up second down and 8.
Yeah, short gain there. Brought down by McCall Thomas.
Ball resting at the Monett Cub 34. We're just underway here at Burl Fowler. McDonald County with the game's first drive. Second down and 8. Split backs on each side of the quarterback. Martin will give to Sosif running left side, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped.
Porter Reed, the first one to get his hands on him and bring him down.
Malosi Sosif with the carry, no gain on the play. He's not going to beat you with his speed, I don't think, but he looks like a pretty big, tough back.
Yeah, he's a physical guy. Gets you 3 yards, 4 yards when you need it. Big third down here early in the game.
2 receivers split to the near side. Martin works out of the shotgun. Flips it out. Actually, it's not Martin. A completion to the near side inside the 30, but short of the first down. That's D'Amico with the completion.
Casey Carr coming over to make the tackle on the near side. So 4th and short, kind of in no man's land unless your kicker has a heck of a leg. But yeah, for sure, go for it territory for the Mustangs.
It was a gain of 7, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 1. That pass completed to Bateman, who broke a tackle and was able to pick up a couple extra yards. 4th and 1 for the Mustangs. Split backs beside Martin. And it will be Martin. And he'll have the first down and more as he gets inside the 25 down to the 21.
The yellow jerseys and white numbers do make it hard to see. I think Black came up with a tackle.
I'm hoping that maybe when the sun actually sets, those numbers might be a little easier to see. 1st and 10 Mustangs from the 21-yard line. Martin gets the snap. He'll run it himself, hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped. Fell forward for a gain of maybe a yard. It'll be second down and long.
Ivan Gipfried with the tackle.
No gain on the play. Looks like McDonald County, Ryan, has really 2 different units. They bring in D'Amico with a different set, and we're going to see 2 quarterbacks throughout this one, looks like.
You got to keep track of them.
D'Amico is in at quarterback. He completed his only pass just minutes ago. He's looking this way, throws short, and it is incomplete as he missed his intended receiver on the right flat.
I think Martin's more of your dual threat style that can run the ball. So for the Cubs defense, you have to know which quarterback's on the field at all times, so that way you know what to expect.
And know that D'Amico's a left-handed quarterback too, and that makes a difference on some plays.
It does, especially where they like to roll out to. A lot of times if they're left, they want to roll left. If they're right, they want to roll right. They're more comfortable.
I had a younger brother that played quarterback, and the coach always forgot he was left-handed, and he's constantly throwing across his body. 3rd down and 10 for the Mustangs. Here's a handoff to the far side, and the Cubs defense all over the tailback, throwing him down after little or no gain. That was Fegan with the run.
Tucker Anderson all over it, bringing up 4th down.
Fourth down and 10. And the Mustangs will keep their offensive unit on the field as they have it at the Cubs 21. So an early opportunity here for the defense to come up with a stop. If they do, that will be sponsored by Monett Sheet Metal, your area's leader in heating and air conditioning. 4th and 10. And I think they're going to call a timeout to avoid a penalty. There is a timeout. That timeout sponsored by Century 21 Properties Unlimited. Let them take the hard work out of buying or selling a home. Well, Ryan, 3 good plays. Now they got to get off the field.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the most important part. You got to stay disciplined here. Don't jump off sides. If I'm an opposing coach and I've watched film on the Cubs all year, I'm doing a lot of hard counts in the situation to try and get closer just because they have jumped off sides multiple times. So be disciplined. Watch the football.
And wouldn't it be nice to have a sack?
Absolutely. If I was a D coordinator, I'd bring pressure. I'd bring somebody.
Yes, from the edge up the middle, something to get some additional pressure.
You have your D-line rush, but then I'd bring a linebacker on a blitz. Make them have to hurry that throw, especially if they're not too comfortable at quarterback. Make them have to be quick.
And the 2 passes that D'Amico threw earlier were just short dump passes on the side. We'll see what they do here on 4th and 10. Out of the shotgun. D'Amico back to pass. With time, now throws and overshoots his intended receiver. It's incomplete.
So the Cubs defense comes up with a big break there to bring the offense on the field. They'll have to drive quite a ways to go to the end zone, but you don't give up any points.
Cubs defense stiffens as McDonald County's drive ends at their 21. So Monett will take over. Washik will be at quarterback. And the Cubs feature an empty backfield. That's been the case most of the season. Motion in front of the quarterback now. Dillon takes the snap, back to pass. He's going to throw deep near side, and his intended receiver cut the route short, and the pass sails over his head, incomplete.
It looked like Washik thought he was going to continue that route, and Soriano pulled up and stopped. So a little bit of a miscommunication on the first play for the Cubs.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Again, Washik out of the shotgun, flips it near side, and the pass is dropped by
Nestle Road.
Nestle Road on the near side, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, it looked like he had it first, but just not able to hold on to the ball. It falls to the ground, so it brings up 3rd and long. Washik 0 for 2 so far.
3 receivers now, 4 receivers on the near side, 1 over to the right. Washik flips it near side. The pass is caught, but a quick tackle there.
Caught by Nestle Road. Now it looks like they're going to bring on the punt team now.
A gain of 7 yards on that catch. It looks like the offense is on.
I heard them yell punt team, but looks like they're going to go for it now.
Maybe trying to draw McDonald County offside here. And now a whistle and a timeout charge to the Cubs. And again, timeout sponsored by Century 21 Properties Unlimited. Whether you're upgrading, downsizing, or looking into investment properties, Century 21 Properties Unlimited is ready to work with you. A reminder that the first quarter tonight is brought to you by Play Power. Know that you can build a future of fun at Play Power. Well, I think they're going to kick the ball here.
Yeah, I think they're going to punt. There was no play there. It was just hard count to see if they would jump.
You know, the Cubs defense stiffened, and every time that the Cubs force a punt or turn the ball over on downs, that brought to you by Monett Sheet Metal, the area's leader in heating and air. With more than 50 years of experience, Monett Sheet Metal can install new units or repair your current system. Line of scrimmage is the 28. Kick away, a high kick, but a short kick that takes a Cub bounce out near the Mustang 49-yard line. So a punt of 23 yards with no return.
Yeah, it looked like he got some unexpected pressure that came off the edge, and then he had to hurry the punt. It came off his foot wrong. So Mustangs with decent field position to start their second drive.
Yeah, they'll set it up at their own 49.
They moved the ball pretty well their first go.
Yeah, they were able to pick up 3 first downs in their initial drive. Of course, one of them came via penalty. Quarterback had a good run. Martin had a 24-yarder in that drive. It's D'Amico in there right now. D'Amico, the left-handed quarterback. Out of the shotgun, he takes a snap. He'll give on a handoff. Sosef running hard along the right side, able to get into Cub territory down to the 43. That'll be a gain of 8.
August Black came with a tackle. Injured Cub on the field. Looks like Case and Carr.
That's kind of a trap. They brought a guard or a tackle from the left side, and Sosef got behind him and then just put his head down and was able to go north-south and pick up 8 yards on the play. And we figure that's the type of runs that he's going to try to use tonight.
Yeah, I mean, for the Mustangs, that's what they need to use to their advantage.
A timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. We'll be back with more first quarter action after this quick timeout. Back to action here at Monett. 6:10 left in the first quarter. No score. Mustangs with the ball. 2nd down and 2 from the Cub 43. Ball given to Sosef, running left this time. He has the first down as he crashes down inside the 40.
Yeah, if he can get running north and south and just explode forward, he'll be able to pick up those short yardage first downs when they need it. He's just a hard physical runner.
Picked up 4 yards there. 1st and 10 at the Cubs' 39-yard line. McDonald County now with 4 first downs in the contest. 2 receivers wide to the left. Out of the shotgun. Ball handed to Sosef again. Up the middle he goes with running room and is able to pound his way down near the 30. Looks like a gain of 8, maybe 9 yards on the play.
August Black, the one coming up with the tackle.
Gain of 8. Sosef now with 24 yards on 5 carries. Mustangs face 2nd down and 2 from the Cub 31-yard line. Again, 2 receivers wide to the left. Split backs on either side of the quarterback. And it'll be the big back Sosef again between the tackles. The pile moves forward. He's still on his feet inside the Cub 25-yard line.
Yeah, that was just all heart there, and then the Mustangs got the push and gained extra yardage after that. I mean, they moved it almost 5 yards just with the push.
Yeah, it was going to be a 5-yard pickup. It ended up being a 10-yard gain. All the way down to the Cub 21, and this is where the Mustangs stalled before. We'll see if the Cubs defense can come up with a stop again. Again, it's the quarterback with it, running near side, hit and spun backwards. A gain of a couple on the play. It'll be 2nd down and long.
Miles Young, the one coming up with the stop.
D'Amico with a gain of a couple. From the 19, here come the Mustangs. A flag thrown to stop this one. The infraction is encroachment against the defense.
So there'll be, what, third penalty against the Cubs so far?
Yes, sir. 2 encroachment penalties and illegal use of the hands early on. 2nd down and 4. Now we'll call it 2nd down and 3 from the 14. McDonald County with 2 receivers to the near side, split backs beside the quarterback D'Amico. Out of the shotgun, takes the snap and gives up the middle to his big back Sosif, who stood up at the 10. Looks like a gain of about 4 and should be enough for a first down.
Walker Brado finally able to bring him to the ground, but Mustangs able to pick up another first down.
McDonald County now with 6 first downs, and they'll have it 1st and goal, the ball resting right on the 10-yard line. Well, it's been a heavy dose of their big back in this drive.
Yeah, and he's done well. He's done exactly what they need him to.
And he'll get it again. Breaks the out to the left side. That was intended to go up the middle, and then the Cubs had it clogged up. He bounced it out and got down to about the 7-yard line for a gain of 3.
August Black, the one able to get him to the ground.
Boy, nothing fancy here. Now Martin back in.
He's the one that ran earlier, so could do a little bit of a read option with him.
Yeah, you called him the dual threat quarterback. I think he likes to run the ball. So from the 6-yard line, it's Sosif running left, running hard into the end zone for the score.
And that's exactly what it was. They ran a read option play. He went with the give, and Sosa found his way in the end zone.
6-yard touchdown for the Mustangs. And at the 2:09 mark, they lead it 6-0 with the PAT upcoming. That was just a very methodical drive by the Mustangs. And they score first in this one. Snap back, ball down, the kick up. It's high enough, it's long enough, and it is good. 2:09 left first quarter. McDonald County 7, Monett nothing. Back after this timeout. Stop by and see why it is so fun to work at Play Power. 7-0 our score here at Burl Fowler. McDonald County completing a 51-yard drive, mostly on the shoulders of Sosif, their big back, who now has 47 yards on the ground. Kickoff is a squib kick, takes a high bounce, and the Cubs finally recovered at the 25. No return, and that's where they'll take over 1st and 10.
Maddox Fegan, the one with the tackle for the Mustangs.
That was a major bound on that kick. That thing really went up
and
there.
the Cubs returnman kind of had a little miscue of who was going to get the ball. It just kind of bounced up, and they looked around. You got to get on. It's a live ball. You got to get on the ball.
Yeah. And they did at the 24. No return for the Cubs, and that's where they'll set it up 1st and 10. Washik takes the snap. He throws right side. The pass is completed out there. The ball out across the 25 near the 30. I believe that was Umfleet with the reception.
Colin Umfleet with the reception, brought down by Martin.
Umfleet picks up 5 yards on that reception.
Curious to see if they use Umfleet in the backfield a little bit more this week. We saw it against Aurora quite a bit, but you didn't really see it against Seneca.
2nd down and 5 for the Cubs. Washik throws near side. Pass completed across the 30 to the 35. And that is Nestle Road, and it should be enough for a first down.
Yeah, Nestle Road got just what he needed. Got out of bounds, moves the chains for the Cubs. So they pick up their first down.
Gain of 9 on that. That's an ASI first down. Another quick pass to the far side, and little or no gain on this one.
Yeah, Mustangs all over that one. I believe Fegan with the tackle.
Who had that reception?
I believe Brandt. No. Might have been Meeks on the far side.
Okay. Loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and 11. Here's a slant pass to Brandt, who makes the catch and is dropped at the 42-yard line. A gain of 5 yards on the play.
Breck Rubik with the tackle for the Mustangs. 3rd and 6.
From the 42. 3 receivers wide right, 2 to the near side. Washik looking near side. The pass is caught, but I believe it'll be short of the first down. The Cubs needed 6, and it looks like they'll pick up about 5. And who made that catch?
I believe Nestle Road.
4th down and 2 from the 46.
Looks like Umfleet's the one in the back. Looks like they're going to go for this.
It is a direct snap to Umfleet. Running right, and he should have the first down. He does into McDonald County territory.
Isaac Wagner, the one finally able to bring him down. And if Umfleet was able to shake him off, he was going to be going to the end zone.
That first down brought to you by Architectural Systems Incorporated. You'll find an innovative, rewarding career with ASI.
The Cubs have worked on some stuff like that in practice because the whole sideline's yelling punt, and they knew exactly what they were planning on doing there.
End of the first quarter, our score, McDonald County 7, Monett nothing. We'll be back with more action after this timeout. Back to action here at Burrow Fowler. First down pass incomplete. The Cubs have it 2nd down and 10 from McDonald County's 47-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Washik under pressure fires to Meeks, who makes the catch, and he's down to the Mack County 40-yard line for a gain of 7.
Yeah, drew up a little tunnel screen there for Alex Meeks. Picks up a nice gain. Make it 3rd and very manageable.
3rd and 3 from the 40. Again, the Cubs with 5 receivers, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Dillon takes the snap. He looks to the right. He throws right. Pass completed. Soriano makes a nice move and gets down to about the 31 for a gain of 9.
Yeah, Aaron Soriano, the one able to pick up the first down. Brought down by number 40, Chase Thomas, and number 5, Adrian Short.
That's another ASI first down. Architectural Systems Incorporated, serving the people of Monett, Aurora, and Granby. From the 31, Washik with time, throws over the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of Soriano.
Yeah, tried to go with just a little dump down pass and had some more room to pick up yardage if he was able to reel it in, just not able to hold on to it.
Well, if you can hit those receivers in stride on plays like that and allows those yards after catch, you can come up with some big plays.
Yeah.
Second down and 10 from the 31. Washik under pressure, in trouble, and down he goes back at the 40.
Sack made by Isaac Wagner. Had help from Maddox Fegan. Had good pressure off the edges.
We're going to give him progress to the 37. A loss of 6 on the play. Boy, they met at the quarterback, didn't they?
Yeah, they made their defense coach very happy.
Third down, 16. Cubs don't need to get all 16 right here.
You need to get to about 4th and 6 at least.
Washik with time this time. He's going to throw deep, and no one's home there as he overshoots his intended receiver. The pass is incomplete.
That'll bring up 4th and 16.
And it looks like they'll keep the offensive unit on the field.
It's a hard play. You don't have too many plays for 4th and 16.
No. But they do come out with 4 receivers wide to the left, 1 to the near side. Washik will look down the middle, throws, has a man, and it is incomplete inside the 5-yard line.
Is intended for Alex Meeks. There's a flag down in the backfield.
Cubs say it's on McDonald County.
Personal foul.
Roughing the passer.
So that'll be a first down for the Cubs, and they get a big break there.
That's a 15-yard penalty.
Is that the first on Matt County?
Yep. And does it carry an automatic first down
It does.
as well?
Yes.
I don't see him moving the yard marker just
It's a
yet.
personal foul, so it will. The ref forgot his flag on the M, but right in front of it.
No.
He's got to make the walk now to it. Nice little jog.
Oh. Okay, we're having troubles with the chain gang, but it is a first down.
Umfleet lining up. Looks like it's going to be a direct snap.
Do the Cubs think it's 4th down?
It's an automatic first down, so I think they would realize any personal foul, you get a first down.
Umfleet will carry it, and he has stood up at the line of scrimmage, but is able to fall forward.
They kind of stopped him really early there.
Yeah, they did stop the play for no gain.
Now they'll bring on just the regular offense.
Second down and 10 from the 22-yard line. Here's a pass, far side. It's caught. Down the left sideline to the 10, to the 5. Knocked out there.
There's Nesselrode with the reception.
Thank you.
Ran a little bubble screen. Had a big gain.
From the 22 down to the 5, so a gain of 17. Another ASI first down. And a timeout on the field, and we'll keep it right here. I got to tidy up my stats here.
I can't keep up with you on the stats. I respect you for even attempting.
Thank you. 9 of 13, Dylan Washik.
That's a good start.
Yep.
They've had a couple drops, but nothing too bad. And they've done a decent job reeling them in. You're going to have some drops with as much as they throw the ball. because it's just going to happen more with the more opportunities to do so. But they've done a decent job so far. You've had the 1 sack, but besides that, decent protection from the O-line. That's going to be a big part of this game, not getting those holding penalties and then able to protect Washik, give him time to throw, let the play develop, and his receivers get open.
You're absolutely right, and the offensive line has been really doing good work here in the first half, and the Cubs have put together a nice little drive here. They were aided by a personal foul. That kept the drive going, and we'll see if they can cash it in. That 1st and goal for Monett from the 5-yard line, so they've got 4 plays here to get 5 yards.
And Umfleet's the one lining up behind the center.
He'll take the snap, he'll run right, and he spins into the end zone. Touchdown, Monett Cubs.
Yeah, Colin Umfleet, they line him up. You know exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be just straight up run for Umfleet all the way, and he just made it look easy. Just a little spin move and then walked himself in.
And the Cubs came out with 5 receivers to the right. One of them obviously not eligible, but they're coming out with the same thing right here. 5 receivers to the right.
Opportunity for their first lead this season.
Umfleet takes the snap, running to the right, breaks a tackle, spins into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good. 9:36 left, second quarter, and Monett has the lead. It's 8-7. That TD brought to you by Law Offices of Randall, Mastery and Randall, Monett's hometown professional law firm. With over 65 years of experience, you'll get the best possible results when you call Randall, Mastery and Randall at 235-8688. The successful 2-point conversion sponsored by Home Shield Pest Control, a quality, affordable pest service provider for your home or business. Call 772-4177 to schedule your next visit. This upcoming kickoff sponsored by Farm Bureau agent Lance Matlock. He's for Missouri and he's for the Monett Cubs. Call 236-0422 to schedule an appointment with Lance. And you know what, Ryan? As I was coming to the stadium tonight, I stopped at a local convenience store, and who did I run into? Lance Matlock. And I went up to him, and he's wearing his Monett purple, and he goes, "Hey, I'm here to support the team." And I said, "Yes, you're from Missouri, and you're for the Monett Cubs." And he did exactly what you did. He laughed. But Lance has been a good sponsor for us for several years. Kickoff is on its way, a driving kick that goes through the hands of the back and into the end zone. This will be a touchback. It's a muff. It's a muff, and if it goes into the end zone, it's a touchback. This is high school.
I don't like the rule if they touch it. If they touch it, that to me, that is live.
Yes, but in high school, I think that rule's been in
I'm
play for a long time.
going to apply for Misha, and I'm going to change that rule.
Good luck. We'll see how that works out for you.
They put me in charge. I will get this straightened out.
Well, the Cubs lead by a point. It's nice to see that score for Monett. Mustangs will come out, and they'll feature their big back again, Sosa, who plows his way to the 25 for a gain of 5 yards.
Tackled by, I believe that's number 58, Aiden McCall-Thomas. A little more juice on that Cubs sideline after that one. You know, they come off the field, not only they score, but now they have the lead too. They haven't got to feel that all year. A little more belief on that sideline, more excitement.
Now they need to come up with a stop here. Movement up front. We'll see what this one is. This may go. No, it's against the Cubs again.
I think they're lining up off sides.
Well, there's been 2 penalties without a whole lot of movement up there, so they could very well be just lining up in that neutral zone. But the ball was resting right at the 25. You know, use that line as a guide. 1st and 10 now for the McDonald County Mustangs. And it'll be the quarterback Ryder, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage and driven back.
Porter Reed, Camden Ellis, and Tucker Anderson, all 3 met at the ball carrier.
Ryder Martin with his 5th carry for 32 yards, but that time he got nothing. 2nd down and 10 And the quarterback shuffle continues for McDonald County as Anthony D'Amico comes back in.
Second and 10 at the Mustang 30-yard line.
And he'll work out of the shotgun. 2 receivers wide to the right. Motion out of the backfield. Pass to the far side is caught, but the Cubs defense there to make the hit after little or no gain.
August Black, the one with the tackle. I mean, I kind of predicted that one was going to be a pass because you took out not only Martin and you brought in more of your passing quarterback, but Sosif was also not in the backfield.
Yeah, Fegan with the catch. He only picked up a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Probably a for sure passing down for the Mustangs.
Well, they break up their backfield a little. They have 2 receivers near side, 1 to the right, so 3 receivers. Now 4 receivers in this formation. Sprint out to the near side. The left-handed quarterback fires it along the sideline, and it is incomplete. And it's going to bring up 4th down and 9.
Chris Spears in coverage.
And that defensive stop brought to you by Monett Sheet Metal, the area's leader in heating and air. With more than 50 years of experience, Monett Sheet Metal can install new units or repair your current system. Mountaineers, crying out loud. The Mustangs, getting ahead of myself.
That's
here.
last week. That's week 9.
Yes. From the 31, they'll punt it away. High snap, corralled by the punter. The kick away is a spiraling kick that hits and takes a Cubs bounce and is down near their 37-yard line.
That's a solid punt. I know it didn't have insane distance on it, but it had hang time, and that's what you want as a punter. You want hang time to give your guys chances to get down the field. That way you don't give up a big return.
You know, it's a 30-yard punt into about a 15-mile-an-hour wind, too. And so a good effort there. Cubs with good field position from their 39.
They have an opportunity to do something they haven't had all year, and that's build on the lead.
Yeah, and their defense off the field. I mentioned in the pregame that one of the keys tonight is the defense going to rise up tonight, and they've been playing pretty solid here in the first half. Here come the Cubs. 1st and 10 from the 39. Washik with time, throws left side, sliding catch is good. Help me with a number.
Yeah, it's incomplete, it looks like. It looks like Brandt unable to come up with it.
Oh, they do call it incomplete. Yeah, with those numbers, your young eyes are going to have to help me with these receivers, especially on that far side.
We'll start bringing binoculars.
Yeah, I need to juggle something else.
Yeah, you got glasses, binoculars.
Glasses, binoculars, pencil, paper, ads, phone.
That'd be my thing. I
There
do
you go.
binoculars.
There you go. Here's a quick pass near side. It's completed. Out to the 40, to the 45, and out of bounds at that point.
Yeah, pretty good gain there for Umfleet. Tackle made by number 5, Adrian Short.
Gain of 7 for Umfleet. 3rd down and 3 from the 46.
It's a long 3.
Yes, it is a long 3, maybe 4. I'm being optimistic here. Washik straight back, throws near side. It's caught. Should be enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, it will be. Caught made by Parker Messer. Tackle made by number 21, Axton Bateman.
Oh, there's a penalty. Holding against the Cubs. That'll negate it. That was a nice catch. I believe it might be the first time we've called his name on a reception. But it'll be wiped out with a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, and that's like we said in pregame, stuff that you just can't have. It's you had a 1st down, and then you just give it up, and you give up free yards to the Mustangs.
Now the Cubs will face 3rd down and 13. Clock rolls with 6:25 left here in the 2nd quarter. Now a whistle stops action.
And we'll see what they come up with. Don't know what they're meeting over, to be honest with you.
No, they were just getting ready to set the play into action, and then the whistle stopped it. Might be a conversation on what down it is, but it is third down.
Yeah, well, the scoreboard says second, but yeah, it is third down.
The marker on the sideline says third down. And it was a third down conversion just moments ago before the penalty. Third down, 13 from the 36. Dylan Washik takes the snap, looks to the right. The ball is tipped as he tries to throw it, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, Mustangs able to get good pressure off the edge, so that'll bring up a punt situation for the Cubs. Benji, if you remember a couple years ago in the first round of districts, Logan Rogersville got an extra down, a fifth down during that game because they messed up the
You're right.
what down it was.
Kind of like the Colorado Buffaloes did that one year against the Missouri Tigers, the year they ended up winning the national title. Nice kick from Brandt. Fair catch called for and received at the Mustang 25. 38-yard punt with the wind at his back. No return.
Rubeck with the fair catch.
Now we're in that middle section of the game. You know, the last few minutes of the first half and the first few minutes of that second half, a critical time here for this Monett Cub defense.
Well, they call it the important 8, and that's because the last 4 minutes of the second quarter and the first 4 minutes of the third quarter usually decide a game.
Does, and I think who brought most attention to that was Bill Belichick.
It's a heck of a coach.
Yeah. 1st and 10, McDonald County. Here's a handoff to Sosa running near side. He's hit, still driving, and finally corralled at about the 30-yard line after a gain of 4 yards.
Riley Ray with the tackle.
He's been a workhorse here in the first half, up to 56 yards.
Well, if I was the Mustangs, I'd ride him, and I would use him to set up your pass.
Usually you ride a Mustang, but the Mustangs would ride him.
Okay.
Second down and 6 from the 30. Quick pass over the middle is caught, and it'll be close to a first down.
Riley Ray and Miles Young with the stop.
Gain of 8 on that pass play that went to Rubeck. Rubeck with the catch.
Bring up first down for the Mustangs.
Breck Rubeck.
Rubeck.
1st and 10, Mustangs at the 37. D'Amico out of the shotgun will hand to Sosa, who's swallowed up in the backfield.
That's Porter Reed, who's all over it, getting a tackle for a loss in the backfield. And that brought some life to the Cubs sideline.
It really did. Good play. Those two big old boys that were colliding in the backfield that time. And
Porter, he's bigger, but he moves well for his size. He gets off the ball quick, and he's able to get those tackles in the backfield.
Well, it's good to get those TFLs and put the Mustangs behind the chains here. 2nd down and 13 from the 34. Sosa in motion. Quarterback under pressure. He's hit and is brought down. That sack brought to you by Monett Sheet Metal.
Is that Aiden McCall-Thomas?
I think you might be right on that.
You know, back in my day, we did Big Macs for sacks. You got a sack, you got a Big Mac. It was Rivera, Aiden Rivera with the sack. So back in my day, Rivera would be rewarded with a Big Mac on Monday.
That's before NIL.
Yeah, it was a donation to the school. It's okay.
There we go. Okay, 3rd down and 13. So an opportunity here for the Cubs to get that defense off the field. D'Amico back to pass. Still with it. Now flush from the pocket. Looking to run, and he's hit and knocked out of bounds near the 40.
Aiden Rivera going to come up with another tackle on the sideline, and he's fired up, as he should be. Comes up with a big stop for the Cubs. And they'll bring on the punt team for the Mustangs. Miles Young will go back to receive
A defensive stop sponsored by Monett Sheet Metal, the area's leader in heating and air. With more than 50 years of experience, they can install new units or repair your current system. 4th down and 8.
Spears and Young back deep.
Kick away into the wind. Another good kick. That kind of takes a neutral bounce. Stay away from it now, Cubs. Stop down at about the 27-yard line. 33-yard punt with no return. And Ryan, is it just me or the return guys for the Cubs having some trouble deciding who's going to catch it?
Yeah, looked like a little bit of a miscommunication, and then the ball was very close. If you're not going to catch it, you got to get away from it. Don't be near it.
Yeah, because if it's touched on a punt, it is
Live
indeed
ball.
a live ball. Just like kickoff should be, right?
Well, kickoffs are live balls
Until
unless
they
it
go
goes in the end zone, which I think if it's touched and it goes in the end zone, that should still be a live ball. I'm going to be the commissioner of Mission one day, and that'll be changed.
All right. I'll wait for it. 1st and 10 Cubs. Walshik with a screen. Pass caught. Out to the 25 to the 30. Out to the 35. A flag comes out. A pair of flags. This is probably going to come back.
We got 3 flags. That's usually not a good sign if you're the offense.
I'm just glad someone didn't get hurt with one of those flags. It's going to be illegal use of the hands against the Cubs.
Legal use of the hands, blocking the back. Offense.
It's such a hard call now because as the blocker, you're trying to help your runner. What they teach you to do now is run in front of them, the defender that's trying to make the tackle, without actually colliding with them. You just run in front of them and turn your back to them. They run into you, but they fall down. I don't like it either. It's a hard call, hard situation.
It is. 1st and 15. Washik's going to throw deep to the left. Pass caught to the 50 and down to McDonald County 40.
That's Carson Nesselrode coming up with a massive catch. And if it wasn't for an ankle tackle, he would have been dancing in the end zone.
23, that's 27, that's a 37-yard catch.
It's one of his biggest passes this season.
And another ASI 1st down for the Cubs. They're 6th here in the first half. Nesselrode now up to 75 yards of receiving on 5 catches. Cubs are in business with 2:56 left here before halftime.
Looks like they're going to run the play in now. So, yeah, now you're in that important 8.
Swing pass near side. It's caught out here for a short gain to Umfleet, a gain of maybe a yard.
Number 33, J.P. Clarkson with a stop.
2nd down and 9 for the Cubs. Clock rolling with 2:35 left here in the first half. Washik straight back with time. He's going to throw deep to the left. Man breaks open, and it's through his hands and incomplete.
There's a flag on the play.
That was Brandt that had the ball in his hands. A flag is thrown here.
It looks like it's going to be holding against the Cubs. Mustangs will most likely accept that penalty.
I would think so. 2nd down, it'll be 3rd and 9 or 2nd and long here.
You know, Washik's had it's going to be a holding call against the offense. Washik's had a couple now where he's thrown long and it's worked. The important thing to remember for him now, don't force that. Take it when it's there, but don't force it into something that's not.
Yeah, that was a good throw right there, and it was right on the money.
Yeah.
And Brent had it go through his hands.
Well, if you have Branton one-on-one, I think that's a matchup that you like.
Brent showed some good speed breaking open late on that route. Now the Cubs face 2nd and 19 from the Mustang 49-yard line. Sprint to the left is Washik. Still with it, now throws late and overshoots his intended receiver.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 19.
Remember their last drive, they had 3rd and 16.
Now you got kind of bailed out with the roughing the passer penalty, but
Yeah, you can't always count on that.
unless you're really good at selling it and great at timing.
3rd down and long for the Cubs. They come out with 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Washik takes a low snap, looks to the right, screen to Meeks. Meeks breaks 1 tackle to the 45 and leans forward to about the 44 for a gain of 5 yards.
What's that, 4th and 11 now? 4th and 12? Begin with a stop.
How about 4th and 14?
Well, I don't like this. I think they spotted him a little short,
How
but
about 4th and a long 12? Or 4th and 14?
they spotted him.
They did. They moved it back.
Yeah.
4th and 14. It looks like the offensive unit will stay on the field, and they'll go for it here. Oh, movement.
That'll help.
Yeah, the McDonald County player pointed to the left tackle of the Cubs, but I didn't see a whole lot of movement there.
I mean, you got to sell it. If you're going to jump, you got to sell it like they move first.
That will be the 2nd penalty, and that penalty brought to you by Adrenaline Apparel and Design, screen printing, embroidery, laser engraving, signs, and more. Check them out at adrenalineapparel.net.
That gives you a little more options now. Look for something over the middle.
4th and 9. Washik, deep drop, throws over the middle. It's caught, but it'll be short of the 1st down.
Yeah, tackled by number 8, Brody Rossler, who came up with a stop for the Mustangs. And, I mean, as soon as he caught it, Rossler was there.
Umfleet with his 4th catch. But the Cubs will turn it over on downs as they needed 9, and they picked up about 3.5 or 4.
Minute 32 remaining in the first half.
Mustangs quickly to the line of scrimmage. Movement up front again. Did the wide receiver jump a little early here?
Well, if they're going to stop the play, it's usually going to be offensive.
Yeah, it is procedure or false start against McDonald County. And again, that penalty brought to you by Adrenaline Apparel and Design.
Well, now the Mustangs starting to kind of rack together the penalties.
Yeah, it's their 3rd here in the half.
Cubs are at 3 or 4?
More like 1, 2, 3, 4,
6?
5, 6, 7.
Oh, too many.
D'Amico, left-handed quarterback, fires near side, caught, and out across the Cub 35 to near the 40 for a gain of 9. Roessler with the catch.
Aiden Rivera with the tackle.
Wrestler with his first catch. 2nd down, and we'll call it 7. D'Amico under pressure. Avoids the hit. Now throws too high for his intended receiver to bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, bring up 3rd and 7 now for the Mustangs. Just threw it a little high. Was pressured by Porter Reed. Had to throw it on the move.
Boy, it's so nice to see the Cubs getting some pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, and especially against Stratford, they struggled with that, and Stratford was able to capitalize and then kind of into a buzzsaw with the Indians. And they didn't really need to throw the ball a whole lot. They're just really physical, and it's a good brand of football for the Indians.
3rd down and 7 from the 39-yard line. D'Amico straight back, will throw to the right side. Pass is caught, and it will be enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, I found him kind of right at the 1st down line, and no defender within 5 yards, so easily able to pick it up. That'll move the chains for the Mustangs. 50 seconds remaining in the first half.
9th 1st down for the Mustangs. From their own 47, 1st and 10. Quarterback looks right, throws right, and the pass is dropped by his intended receiver. Falls incomplete.
Yeah, Rubik's going to want that one back, just right into his hands, and he dropped it.
Second down and 10. Clock stopped with 48.4 seconds left here. And what has been a entertaining first half. Reminder that second quarter tonight brought to you by Wintech. With facilities in Monett and Cassville, Wintech is an employee-owned company specializing in custom manufacturing of building materials. Pass over the middle is incomplete.
Walker Brado in coverage. We're up 3rd and 10.
It is 3rd and 10 after a couple of incompletions.
45 seconds remaining. So, I mean, if you can get a stop here for the Cubs, you do give your offense an opportunity. Not much time, but an opportunity.
3rd down and long. Mustangs with 4 receivers in the formation. 3 to the near sideline. D'Amico back to pass. Flush from the pocket. Now he's going to run it himself. He'll have a first down and more as he scampers down inside the 35.
Yeah, he did the smart decision there. He looked over to his right, and there was just no defenders over there. Able to get to the first down and move the chains and stop the clock.
Gain of 20 on the play. 1st and 10 Mustangs at the Cub 33. 37 seconds left here before halftime. D'Amico looks to the right, fires to the right. Pass is caught, but immediately tackled on the far side.
Riley Ray, the one with the tackle.
Gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Again, the Mustangs looking to throw, and it is incomplete on the far side.
15 seconds remaining in the half. I'm not sure how great of a kicker for field goals McDonald County has, but they could get him in decent position.
Well, they kicked a field goal last week.
Yeah.
They had 10.
I know Hoover's more aggressive, though, and he's looking for 6 right now.
3rd down and 3 from the Cub 26. D'Amico back to pass. Will throw over the middle. Has a man open inside the 10 and
it's a touchdown.
A touchdown, McDonald County. Who is it?
Well, I'm trying to hear the PA, but they didn't say.
Kinsey. 26-yarder. PAT upcoming. Boy, that's a crusher for the Cubs. Low snap, but the kick is up, and it is partially blocked and no good. We'll keep it right here reminding you that the second quarter is brought to you by Wintech. If becoming a part of an employee-owned family enterprise is for you, stop by Wintech's Monett office at 201 Industrial Drive or visit wintechinc.com for further information. We'll check at halftime, and I will find you a name. I promise you that.
No, D'Amico threw it.
Yeah, D'Amico with a perfect strike and hit his receiver at about the 8-yard line. Cubs had a chance to drop him, but he was able to squirm away from the tackle and basically break the plane of the end zone for the score. And it makes it a 13-8 score. The missed PAT might loom big.
Kind of a momentum killer, though, for the Cubs. You know, you're almost into halftime with the first time that you lead this season, but McDonald County able to take the lead back with 7 seconds remaining. Cubs will get the ball first to start the second half.
Squib kick is fielded at the 30, return 35-40, 45-50, one man to beat, 40, and then they get him from behind with 0.9 seconds left.
Hey, it looked like he had an opportunity to take it for a second. They were just able to bring him down, but you have an opportunity now for the Cubs. You know, Mock has an opportunity to draw something up here and take one last shot to the end zone.
I'm trying to see, is that Nessel Road?
I think it was Nessel Road that returned it.
Yeah, the numbers are just so hard to see, that white on the gold. It was Nessel Road, a beautiful return of about 40 yards. as he got that near his own 30 and got it all the way to McDonald County's 30.
You know Washik has the arm to get it to the end zone from here, so I would have Brand on one side, I'd have Umfleet on the other, and I'd see which one wins one-on-one. Or McDonald County's head in the locker room.
What? There's .9. Now they're going to run the clock off.
Kind of a weird way to end the first half.
You know, the scoreboard is not the official clock.
No.
The official clock is kept on the field.
Yes.
And when that kickoff was fielded, it was 7.4 seconds. And I was a little bit surprised to see any time left up on the scoreboard, and the official clock said it had expired. So we have reached halftime. McDonald County leads it by 5. It's 13-8 here at halftime. We'll slip away and we'll be back with the RE/MAX halftime show after this timeout. Welcome to the RE/MAX Monett Cub halftime show. Talent wins games, but teamwork wins championships. The same can be said for buying or selling a home, and RE/MAX understands that. come home to Remax. 13-8 our score here at halftime. The Mustangs on top of the Cubs. With a quick look at tonight's first half scoring summary, I'm going to turn over to my broadcast partner, Ryan McCullough.
Well, I mean, there hasn't been too much, but it's been an entertaining first half for sure. It started off in the first quarter at the 2:09 mark, as Sosif would have a 6-yard touchdown run to give the Mustangs the first lead of the game, and they made the score 7-0. The Cubs would respond, though, however. 9:36 mark, Colin Umfleet would have a 5-yard touchdown run, and a successful 2-point conversion by Umfleet as well made it 8-7 Cubs. And then with just 7 seconds left in the half, D'Amico would have a 26-yard touchdown pass to Martin, and after a missed extra point, making your score at the half, Mustangs 13, Cubs 8. Still anyone's ball game here at the half.
Thank you, sir. 13-8 our score at halftime. We will slip away and hear from some of our outstanding sponsors, and we'll be back to take a look at first half stats as the Remax halftime show moves on. Back after this timeout. Welcome back to the Remax Monett Cub halftime show. Come home to the best real estate team in Monett, Remax. At halftime, McDonald County leads at 13-8. A quick look at first half stats. First of all, for the Monett Cubs, Dylan Washik, 14 of 21 passing tonight. His favorite target thus far is Carson Nesselrode, 5 catches for 75 yards. Colin Umfleet, 4 catches for 16 yards. Umfleet with 12 yards rushing on 3 carries, including a 5-yard touchdown score in the first half. McDonald County, their quarterback, 7 of 14. That's D'Amico, as he's hit 5 different receivers. Martin with a big catch late in the half to give the Mustangs the lead. They're led on the ground by Sosa, 53 yards in the first half on 12 carries. McDonald County with 11 first downs. Monett with 6. Monett has punted twice, 23 and 38 yards. McDonald County twice, 30 and 33 yards. Penalties, a kind of a sore spot for the Cubs. They've been penalized 7 times for 55 yards, and McDonald County 3 penalties for 25 yards. It's time for tonight's Talon Sports Network giveaway. Please be the first one to call 417-489-2277. Again, that's 417-489-2277, and say, "Let's go Cubs," and you will receive 2 passes to Fritz's Adventure in Branson, a new sponsor for us here, Fritz's Adventure in Branson. Plus, the winner will also get a Purple Wave auction hat along with this prize package. And Ryan, I don't think you've heard of this place before, but I've actually been there. And as a former educator, I took kids on a field trip there, and they absolutely loved it. What it is basically indoor and outdoor fun that has zip lines, climbing walls, mazes, slides, a lot of neat things going on there. And if you want to be inside during the summer months, it's climate controlled. I enjoyed it because I didn't have to chase people very far. But you know what? It's a great place. You need to check it out.
Hey, I might be able to take my girlfriend over there.
I think you guys enjoy it. I mean, you can spend as much time in there as you want, so have a good time for sure. So, again, number to call 489-2277 and say, "Let's go Cubs." We'll be back with more of the Remix halftime show after this timeout. Cub halftime show, Remax, located at 855 Highway 60 in Monett. Congratulations to Gary Cook, tonight's winner. Gary, one of many calls that came in, and he'll get to enjoy a ticket to adventure down at Fritz's Adventure.
Former Monett educator. He was my AP government teacher back in the day.
Oh, I bet he could tell stories on you.
I was a great student.
Okay, well, we'll have to check with Gary on that note later. At halftime here, the Cubs down by 5. It's 13-8 McDonald County. Just one of 5 games that involve Big 8 conference teams. I'm going to turn over to Ryan, and he'll take a look at halftime scores throughout the Big 8 conference.
Yeah, so we'll start first with Cassville at Harrisonville. Harrisonville leads 13-7. And then we'll go over to Seneca over Aurora 49-7, still in the second quarter. So Indians all over the Hound Dogs in the first half. Mount Vernon Lamar, we said that was going to be a big one, interesting game. The Mountaineers lead at the half 21-18, 3-point game at the half there. East Newton Nevada 7-6 at the half. Patriots lead over the Tigers.
Gosh, you just never know in this conference. There's one constant right now, and it's the Seneca
It's
Indians.
Seneca, and they win big. They played Mount Vernon week 2. It was 30-14, and Mount Vernon's been fine with everyone else, but Seneca has just really kind of set the bar for the Big 8 right now.
Yeah, and we saw them a week ago, and they're just physical, and they just nothing really fancy. I mean, they just play solid football.
It's like in all sports, like especially like football and basketball, being flashy, sometimes it's just not there. You can have an off night on offense and be cold. If you're very physical and you're good defensively, you can control those things every single week.
Yes.
And that's what Seneca does. They control what they can control. They're going to be more physical than you. They're going to use full effort, and they're just going to run it down your throat.
Yep, and tonight they're having a big game against the Aurora Hound Dogs. We're going to slip away here from more of our sponsors, and we will be back to set the stage for the second half here, and also take a look at our picks for this week. We'll be back after this quick timeout. Earl Fowler at halftime. McDonald County leads at 13-8. It's time for our weekly Pick'em contest. After 4 weeks, the old man's still in the lead. 23 correct picks. Irwin moves into second place with 21. And Ryan, come on, Ryan, you're at 19.
I think I watched the most between the three of us, and I'm in last place right now.
But you can rally. You can rally, and we'll take a look at Week 5 games. Again, for those of you maybe hearing this for the first time, we try to pick 10 of the closest contests that are out there each week. We don't pick anything that has wide spreads, and we try to do our best at these difficult games. And we picked 10 this week, the first of which is Florida State at SMU, and all of us are done with the Seminoles.
Yeah, they just don't look good. They haven't looked clean. They've been consistently bad. I was going to say they haven't been consistent. They've just been bad on offense. They have no identity. don't trust them. Yeah, I'll take the Mustangs.
And SMU scored 60-plus last week, I believe.
Yeah, they had a good quarterback start the year, Preston Stone, but they don't have a good O-line, so they put their mobile quarterback in, and their offense has really found its momentum.
Washington State at Boise State. This was, I think, like about a 1-point game as far as the line goes. We all went with the home team, Boise State.
I went with Boise. They could be the G5 bid to the college football playoff this year. I think it'll be a close game, though.
Fresno State at UNLV. Erwin and I, we went with Fresno State. You went with UNLV, and they're in kind of a turmoil state right now with the NIL.
Their quarterback just left the team because of NIL reasons. Same with the running back. But from reading what their team has put out on social media, they seem to be pretty fired up, and they should play inspired football tomorrow.
Louisville at Notre Dame. Notre Dame, a home favorite. We all went with the Fighting Irish. BYU at Baylor. We all went with Baylor, even though BYU's coming off an impressive win last week against the Kansas State Wildcats.
I told you, it's on air and it's on recording from last week. We all picked K-State, but I said watch the Cougars. That's a scary game. They'll randomly do that to a team.
They'll go down to Baylor, though, and melt.
And Baylor, they lost on a Hail Mary. They lost on the Hail Mary to Colorado.
Yep.
They should be pretty fired up going into this game.
And you picked Baylor last week.
I did.
Went with Colorado.
I thought I was going to be right.
And there you go. Oklahoma State at Kansas State. We all went with the Wildcats. TCU at Kansas. I picked Kansas. You guys went with TCU. Where are they going to play that game?
They're playing at Arrowhead. Daniels, the quarterback at Kansas, has more interceptions than touchdown passes.
Yes, and they are for sure. They get the contract worked out with the Chiefs.
They put the Big 12 logo on the Chiefs field already, so I'm thinking that they have agreed.
Okay, because that was a mess too. Arkansas at A&M. You and I went with the Aggies. Erwin went with the Razorbacks.
It should be a close game. Both teams are just inconsistent, and either one could win. Should be good. I think A&M just has a little more talent.
Oklahoma 0-1 in the Southeast Conference. Going to the Plains at Auburn, we all went with the Sooners.
Yeah, it might be a sloppy game. Oklahoma has 5 of their receivers out, not playing.
And a D-back that had just a gruesome injury with his lower leg.
Yeah, it looked like just a dislocation. He'll be out for the year, but they said he should be all right for next season. So good to see him.
Then the big game tomorrow, the big one, Georgia at Alabama. You two guys, you went with the Bulldogs. I went with Roll Tide.
I initially was typing in Alabama, and I remembered what Georgia did to Clemson in week 1. That's a good football team. They bounced back from a scary Kentucky. They beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa.
It'll be a good one. And that's tomorrow evening.
I will be watching for sure. It's what I do on my Saturdays. I watch Game Day. It's your favorite Pat McAfee from about 8 in the morning while I eat the breakfast my dad makes on the Blackstone in the morning on Saturday. It's phenomenal. And then I wrap up my college football around 1 a.m. once the West Coast gets done.
It's a great day. We normally watch Game Day as well, but tomorrow we'll be on the road to St. Louis.
I saw it in person last week.
Yeah, you were down there, and big crowd. That was a big crowd down at Norman.
It always is.
Yeah. So, however, I read online how some of the visitors from Tennessee was talking about OU Stadium being small.
Tennessee seats 100,000. Oklahoma standing room gets about 90. So
it's not small. It's a big stadium.
I will say the Tennessee fans I spoke to were very nice, and they were very complimentary of Norman and the campus and the stadium. That was nice.
But let me ask you this: were you tired of hearing Rocky Top?
I love Rocky Top, though. So I'm a college football nut.
You probably heard it 100 times.
It was hard to hear because it was loud in the stadium, but I enjoyed it a little bit.
I heard it a lot more than OU's fight song for whatever reason that might be. But actually a pretty good game, and OU's defense is pretty darn good.
The defense is good. The offense just didn't hold up their end of the bargain.
No.
Quarterback switch. 2 freshmen starting this weekend for Oklahoma.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
His quarterback trainer, Kyler Murray's dad.
Little known fact. And we went with OU.
Played at Allen, Texas as well. Same high school.
Okay.
Big high school.
So what do the Cubs need to do here in the second half?
Well, first you got to start off with momentum. You got to go down the field, and you got to punch it in, give your defense that juice again of having the lead. You don't force it, though. You don't have to go for the big shot. If it's there, you take it, obviously. Just work your way back down the field and go punch it in. You don't need it all in one play. You're not going to get it in one play.
Thanks for listening to the RE/MAX Halftime Show. We're ready for the third quarter, which is brought to you by Vaughn Company Dirtworks and Hauling. Kickoff is a squib kick down the middle.
What a roll.
Yeah, it's a great roll. It never did take a bound. Finally scooped up inside the 15. Returned to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 in good field position for the Monett Cubs. Soriano with a good return.
Is that the kicker that tackled him? He's saved 2 of them now.
He has. He's made 2 open field tackles. A reminder, third quarter brought to you by Vaughn Company Dirtworks and Hauling. They can tackle any to-do list and quickly turn it into a done list at Vaughn's. Your Monett Cubs broadcast team sponsored by A-List Properties. For all your real estate needs, their team is working hard for your family. Here come the Cubs. First down, Washik. Flips it late, has his man, and it's a pickup of about 5.
He did a great job getting that ball out even under pressure and while he was being hit. And he got it to Soriano.
Picked up 5. Boy, if Soriano could have broke that tackle.
Bateman got him by the ankle.
He did. 2nd and 5. Here's a quick pass near side. Caught it to 40, to the 45, and spins to about the 48. That's Umfleet as he picks up about 3.
Yeah, good yards after catch by Umfleet. And Soriano leveled the defender that was about to tackle Umfleet. Gave him a couple more yards.
3rd down and 2. Cubs looking for a first down here at their own 48-yard line. Washik looks to the right, and the pass is knocked down by a defensive lineman, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, they were trying to set up the tunnel screen. The DN did a great job just getting his hands up and batting that one down. We got 4th down and 2.
A little surprised I didn't see Umfleet in the backfield on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, at least make him have to think about it, And now they're going to bring Washik out, so it'll probably be direct snap to Umfleet.
On 4th down and 2 from the 48. He's went to the right out of this formation before. We'll see when he does here. And he comes to the right again, and he'll have the first down and more inside the McDonald County 40 to the 35 to the 33.
You got it eventually. It came out. And Umfleet able to pick up a nice first down. The Mustangs knew it was coming. They sold out for the run. They brought everyone forward. Umfleet's a very patient runner, and he just finds his lane.
He did great, and he picked up 19 there, and that's enough for another ASI first down. Washik, straight back. Oh, that's got to be a flag there, and it is. That was, receiver got hit early.
He looks to be okay. It's Aaron Soriano, and that should be a personal foul pass interference, right?
Well,
No, that should be a regular PI, but
there's 3 flags thrown, so they all saw it. He was definitely hit early. It's going to be a PI. We'll see what they call here. Yeah, it's pass
just regular
interference.
pass interference.
That penalty brought to you by Adrenaline Apparel and Design, screen printing, embroidery, laser engraving, signs, and more. What's that going to be, about a 15-yarder?
Yeah, I think it's 15.
Yeah.
That'll bring it to the 20. I wonder that little direct set they have to Umfleet, if they could set that up at some point later, and then he takes the snap and then does a little pop pass. And just dumps it over the defense if they all suck up. Because you could just sneak a receiver or a tight end right behind them.
It'd have to be a receiver in this case. Slot back. Slot back.
Don't have any tight ends.
Yeah.
Everyone's a receiver or a lineman.
1st and 10 for the Cubs after that penalty. Here's a quick pass left side. That's Umfleet hitting a backfield and then knocked down, and he'll lose some yards here. He jumped back up for some reason, but he was down by contact. Be a loss of about 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, he ran into J.P. Clarkson, who sent him back.
Completed pass, but a loss of 5 for Umfleet. 2nd down and 15 with 10:02 left here in the 3rd quarter. Washik straight back, fires over the middle, and it is almost intercepted, and that could have been a disaster.
That very well could have been a disaster because there's not many people that would have been able to stop him if he was able to come up with the interception. A lot of pressure on Washik there.
Yeah, it was Bateman that had the interception in his hands, but fortunately for the Cubs, it fell incomplete. The Cubs now face 3rd and 14. Ball at the 23-yard line. It's more like 3rd and 15 here from the 23. Washik steps up in the pocket. He's hit and knocked down near the 30-yard line.
Sack made by number 25, Isaac Wagner, and that's a big sack for the Mustangs. Now the Cubs are in very difficult situation. You're not in field goal range. You're way too close to punt the ball. So now you're going for it from 4th and 21.
Yeah, from the 29, they'd need to get to the 8. 4 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Washik rolls to the right, throws back to the left. The pass is too high and incomplete. And on downs, the Mustangs will take over.
So the Cubs moved the ball decently well in their opening drive the second half, just unable to convert with points. Had a few mistakes there at the end of the drive that kind of cost them. And the McDonald County Mustangs will bring their offense on the field for the first time in the second half.
Yeah, McDonald County came up with a big play on that pass to Umfleet for a loss of about 5, and then followed that up with a sack.
Not often you see Umfleet go backwards after a hit.
No, very seldom.
So he popped back up like it was nothing. But
here come the Mustangs. Handoff given to Sosif. Hit near the line of scrimmage and then gang tackled after a gain of a couple. They'll give him progress to the 32 for a gain of 3.
Walker Brado and Porter Reed with the tackle.
2nd and 7. You know, the Mustangs have punted it a couple of times. I should mention that each punt by the opponent, sponsored by Heritage Tractor, with equipment ranging from construction and compact utility tractors to mowers and recreational vehicles. 2nd down and 7. Again, here comes Sosif up the middle he goes, and he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe picked up a half a yard. It's going to be 3rd down and about 6.
Camden Ellis, the one coming up with a stop to bring up a big 3rd down for this Cubs defense, an opportunity to get off the field.
Yeah, very important here for the Cubs to shut down the Mustangs. 3rd down and 6 from the 33. 2 receivers wide to the right. Sosif now in motion. Pass over the middle is complete for the 1st down.
They've had that little curl route about 10 yards upfield. It's just been open this game. It was open at the end of the second quarter, and they found it here early in the second half now.
Navin with a catch of 10 yards and a 1st down for McDonald County. Clock rolls with 7:55 left here in the 3rd quarter. Tonight's 3rd quarter brought to you by Vaughn Company Dirtworks and Hauling. Sosif on a draw play. Up the middle he goes and pounds to the 50-yard line for a gain of 7.
Deshaun Collins with the stop. And August Black.
Deshaun Collins giving up some size on Sosif.
Just a little bit. He's only 150.
2nd down and 3.
Sosif 230.
And here he comes again, running left side, hit as he crosses the line of scrimmage and falls forward for a gain of 2. It's going to bring up 3rd down and short.
Aiden McCall Thomas and August Black coming up with the stop. Brings up 3rd down and short.
3rd down and 1. This type of down and distance that the Mustangs really like with their power run game.
Yeah, and this is when you just give it to Sosif.
And here he comes. He'll have the first down and more as he gets down near
Flag
the Cub
comes out.
40. Oh, this could be a hold.
In the backfield.
There's a gain of 8 if it stands.
Holding.
But it's coming back. It's a 10-yard penalty. And that penalty brought to you by Adrenaline Apparel and Design, screen printing, embroidery, laser engraving, signs, and more. Check them out at adrenalineapparel.net. Well, that's a big play.
Yeah, and the Cubs get a big break there, and they'll back the Mustangs up, and they make a costly mistake that they just really didn't need.
No.
It wasn't a needed hold. It wasn't like it was going to make or break that play.
3rd down and 11. D'Amico fires far side and overshoots his intended receiver. It's incomplete. And the punt unit will come on. This punt brought to you by Heritage Tractor, with equipment ranging from construction and compact utility tractors to mowers and recreational vehicles. They work hard to find the right products for you. Line of scrimmage, the 42. The kick away, low line drive kick that is fielded at the 23. Return to the 25 and out near the 30, and that's where the Cubs will have it.
Miles Young, the return man, getting the Cubs to about the 30-yard line, where the offense will come on and try to regain this lead.
That's a 35-yard punt and a return of about 6 yards. More of a line drive punt this time. Wind still blowing out of the north-northwest, but not quite as hard as it was in the first half.
I like the only having Young back there. I think it gives you less of an opportunity for just a mental miscue there between two people, just having a miscommunication.
And normally with good hands, he does a good job. Here's Umfleet with a run. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, and down he goes. May lose a yard on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, Mustangs all over that one. Sosiv along in on the stop. I'm shocked they don't just line him up back there with Washik. They keep him in the backfield.
They do keep him in the backfield. Keep in mind that he was a quarterback at one time.
Yeah.
And look, he's going to throw the ball, and it's tipped by a linebacker and falls incomplete.
Yeah, almost intercepted by number 40, Chase Thomas. However, if I got behind him, he had a wide open receiver on a slant, but not able to get it over the linebacker.
He stays in at quarterback, Umfleet does. Takes the snap, fires on the slant into double coverage, and it falls incomplete. So a quick 3 and out here for the Cubs. Well, they didn't have the ball very long in that drive. They had 1 run and 2 incomplete passes.
Yeah, just not able to get anything going there. Quick 3 and out. And punt team will come on. Mustangs have an opportunity to build upon their lead.
High snap, but the kick is away. A booming kick, high kick that hits, takes a Cubs bounce near the 30, and that's where the Mustangs will have it. 33. 44-yard punt.
Yeah, and he had to get rid of it quick because he had pressure coming after a high snap.
I'm glad that Brant's, as tall as he is, he's able to climb the ladder and get that snap and then got a good kick away. McDonald County will take over at their own 29-yard line. Leading by 5. It's 13-8 Mustangs. Here comes a sweep to the near side to the 30, 35, and out across the 40. Kind of a new wrinkle in their offense right there.
Miles Young coming up with the tackle.
Adrian Short with his first carry, and he picks up 15 yards on the play, and McDonald County first down.
Oh, Sosiv coming back into the game. Had a quick little water break for him.
Yeah.
Had to get a drink.
Well, that was a good change of pace for the Mustangs as they picked up 15. And here comes Sosif. Hit in the backfield and gang tackled there. He'll lose 3 on the play. It'll be second long.
And that's what you need to bring him down. Aiden Rivera and Riley Ray, the initial hit on Sosif, able to bring him down.
Second down for the Mustangs from their own 41. The clock rolls with 4:50 left here in the third. A scoreless third quarter so far. McDonald County clinging to a 5-point lead. D'Amico takes the snap, and he gives to his tailback running near his side, and a gain of about 3 yards.
Tucker Anderson all over it on the near sideline. Bring him to the ground immediately, and that'll bring up 3rd and long for the Mustangs.
Fegan with the carry. He picked up the 3 yards that Sosif lost on first down. 3rd down and 10. 4 receivers in this formation, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback straight back, looking down the middle, fires down the middle. The pass is caught for a big play.
Yeah, and he somehow just found a spot between the defenders that no one was at, and he was between Young and Collins, and he comes up with the catch.
I'm trying to check his number out. It was either, I'm trying to see, he's right over there. Is that 6 or is that 8?
6.
6.
And it'll be a personal foul call against the Cubs, roughing the passer.
32-yard gain and a first down. And you go from the 24 to the 12, so a 12-yard penalty on the Cubs. And the Mustangs converted a big play. That's, put a star next to that one. That's a 3rd down and 10. They picked up 26. I'm sorry, they picked up 32. And then an additional 12 on the penalty. Quarterback in as Ryder Martin checks back in at quarterback, and he's knocked down in the backfield.
Aiden Rivera all over him.
Well, you've called his name a lot tonight.
Yeah, Aiden Rivera's done a good job just swarming to the ball.
2nd down and 11. Well, this is a big part in this game right here. The Cubs really need to come up with a defensive stop. From the 13-yard line, Martin stays in at quarterback. He takes the snap, and he gives to Sosif up the middle. He goes and plows his way to the 10, picks up 3 yards.
August Black and Aiden Rivera with the tackle.
You know, I bet they keep the ball in between the hash marks here. And if they don't pick up a first down, I could see the Mustangs trying to kick a field goal.
It would, if I'm the Mustangs and I have it 4th and 2 or less, I give it to Sosa.
Yeah.
And you just let him run forward, and you tell your line to push forward. You tell your other backs to get behind him and push.
3rd down and long. Quarterback flips it into the end zone. Touchdown. That was Russler with the catch from the 10-yard line for the score. So a couple big conversions for the Mustangs, and they're up 19-8. PAT upcoming. Snap back, ball down, the kick up. It's high enough, it's long enough, and it is good. 2:43 left here in the third quarter. McDonald County 20, Monett 8. We'll be back after this timeout.
Soriano. And coming up, deep to return for the Cubs.
Back to action here at Burrow Fowler. Kickoff return set up down the right sideline for the Cubs out near midfield. August Black with a nice return for the Cubs. So Ryder Martin comes in and throws a touchdown strike on that drive. Pretty impressive drive for the Mustangs.
Yeah, and that was one that they really needed. They go down the field, they grab momentum, and they build on their lead. So now they make it a two-possession game. So the Cubs have to, cut into this lead now. And they've played pretty well late in games in the fourth quarter and late in the third. They're going to need that a little earlier here. It's time to light that spark.
Yeah, it's time to crank up the offense. Washik back to pass. Fires over the middle. The pass caught by Meeks as he spins his way for a gain of about 8.
Yeah, he did a good job fitting that into a tight window to Meeks and able to come up with a catch, a good gain. And that's what they need. They don't need to be, second and third and long. They need to get it close to the chains.
Pass to Umfleet, makes one man miss. The second one gets to him, however, and it'll be a loss on the play.
They've been all over Umfleet here in the second half.
Loss of 3. Yeah, Umfleet with 11 yards of receiving tonight on 7 catches. 3rd down and 5. Washik back to pass. Screen set up left side, caught, and it'll be a gain of just a couple.
They'll bring up 4th and short.
That was Brandt with a catch, only his second catch for 7 yards. Cubs are going to go for it here on 4th down and 3.
This is just when you look for a quick out or something real short over the middle.
Washik pump fakes and then throws over the middle, and it's caught for a 1st down.
Great route by Brandt. Able to pick up the 1st down. Brandt does a good job when he has a defender around him. He just sits where he needs to. He comes up with the catch and just cradles that ball in.
1st down brought to you by Architectural Systems Incorporated with locations in Monett, Aurora, and Granby. ASI views its employees as extended family.
Soriano unable to come up with a catch there.
So to bring up 2nd down and 10. I tell you, with this Cub offense, I can barely look down and look at my promos, and by the time I look up, it's 2nd down.
They go quick.
2nd down from the Mustang 35. Cubs need to finish this drive with a score. Here's a pass left side, caught. Nesserode, I believe, makes a man miss and gets down to about the 20.
Yeah, that's Nesselrode. Able to get some yards after catch, picks up a nice 1st down, and the Cubs are moving the ball again. This is where they got to last drive, though, and then it stalled and they got pushed back.
Yep.
It's going to be overcoming that hump here in this drive.
That 1st down brought to you by Architectural Systems Incorporating, serving the people of Monett, Aurora, and Granby. Washik back to pass. Has Soriano at the 15. He's wrapped up there. Stays on his feet, however, and he may score. They did not call him down at the 15. He spun out of that tackle and went for the score. 19-yard touchdown.
He did a great job there. He had Sosiv all over him. He wrapped him up. Soriano just dug his feet into the ground, kept his knees up, used his free hand to push off, and he found his way in the end zone.
19-yard touchdown.
And now he makes it a ball game again.
Cubs come out with the swinging gate. Lineman to the left side. Umfleet takes the direct snap. Now he looks to throw, and the 2-point conversion's good.
Yeah, he threw
Umfleet to Nesserode.
He did a good job. He was patient. He didn't try to force it too early. He waited and he waited. And then he was able to find Nesselrode, who reeled it in, a nice catch.
36.9 seconds left here in the third, and the Cubs have clawed back into it. It's 20-16. That touchdown brought to you by the law offices of Randall, Mastery, and Randall, Monett's hometown professional law firm. The successful extra point sponsored by Home Shield Pest Control, a quality, affordable pest service provider for your home or business. Call 772-4177 to schedule your next visit. This upcoming kickoff sponsored by Farm Bureau agent Lance Matlock. He's for Missouri and he's for the Monett Cubs. Tonight's third quarter brought to you by Vaughn Company Dirtworks and Hauling. Let the talented team at Vaughn's handle your next residential, commercial, or agricultural project. Well, the Cubs back into it after a nice drive of their own. Kickoff away, a line drive that's scooped up at the 12. Return to the 15, 20, 25, 30, and out near the 35. That was Rustler with the return of about 23 yards. And McDonald, actually 21-yard return, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 33.
Parker Messer coming up with the tackle for the Cubs, and here comes that Mustang offense. Last drive, they were able to get points. Cubs answered.
Well, this probably, out of the files of Captain Obvious, but the next score is critical here.
Yes, you are right.
1st and 10 Mustangs. Quarterback keeps it himself. That is Ryder Martin, and he is knocked down after a short gain. It'll be 2nd down and long.
I believe that's Ellis with the stop, along with Tucker Anderson.
Give him a gain of 1. I don't really know the rhyme or reason of their quarterback usage. They have a plan.
They mix it up. Well, what's the famous saying? You have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks. But, they've ran it pretty well. I'll give them credit.
They have. Well, we've reached the 4th quarter, and we have ourselves a good one here at Burrow Fowler. At the end of 3, McDonald County 20, Monett 16. Back after this timeout. In Monett, coupling experience with expertise and finding the best solutions for aluminum projects. A big thank you to Hydro Extrusion and all of our fine sponsors of Monett Cub football. 20-16 our score. McDonald County holds a 4-point lead. They have the ball 2nd down and 9 from their own 34-yard line. Out of the shotgun, here comes Sosif up the middle. He's hit, and down he goes. After a short gain, he falls forward for a gain of a couple, and it'll be 3rd down.
Who else would it be? Aiden Rivera with the tackle. He's done a good job matching up with Sosa.
I bet he's approaching 10 tackles tonight.
He did. He stays low, and that's been the key. He stayed low on Sosa, and he's wrapped him up at the legs. You can't tackle that guy high. You got to get low, and you got to wrap up.
3rd down, and we'll call it a long 6 here from the 37-yard line. D'Amico back to pass. Flush from the pocket, now fires late, and it'll be enough for a 1st down.
He's done a good job staying patient, just finding the open receiver, and they always seem to have a guy right at the 1st down marker that just gets open.
Gain of 10 on the play. Rubeck with a catch. McDonald County has 16 1st downs now. Cubs got pressure on the quarterback and actually forced him to run right. As a left-handed quarterback, that's kind of a tough throw, but he really put it on the money. And another 3rd down conversion. That's 3 or 4 here in the 2nd half.
Cubs defense could use a turnover right now.
Out of the shotgun, here comes Sosif on the handoff. Up the middle he goes, and the pile stops at about midfield. A gain of 3, maybe 4 yards on a play. It'll be second down.
Walker Brado with the stop.
We'll say a gain of 4. That is Sosif's 20th carry tonight. I'm going to have to start a new column for him.
He runs hard.
Yes, he does. Second down for the Mustangs. D'Amico takes it and gives to Sosif as he goes up the middle. And again, hard yards for him as he gets to about the Cub 46 for a gain of 3.
He went over one Cub, and then he ran into Porter Reed, who put him on his back.
I tell you, he'll sleep good tonight, Sosif will. 75 yards tonight on 21 carries. They've been tough yards to get. Big play here, third down and 3. Ball at the Cub 46-yard line. D'Amico working on a long count. Gets the snap and gives to his tailback on a sweep. It'll be a first down and more. Fegan with the run, and he'll pick up the first down.
Miles Young, the one with the tackle.
Gain of 13. First and 10 at the Cub 33. Motion out of the backfield. The quarterback flips it on the pass to the right side. A nice gain for the Mustangs down to the 26 for a gain of 7.
Deshaun Collins, the one that was able to bring him to the ground. Along with Walker Brado.
Fegan with the reception. A gain of 7. Boy, McDonald County spreads the wealth in our offense. They have 6 different guys with receiving yards and 5 with rushing yardage. Second down and 3 from the 26. And here comes Sosif, left side. He'll have the first down and more as he gets inside the Cub 20.
Camden Ellis finally wrestles him to the ground, but enough for a first down for the Mustangs. So this is really where the Cubs defense is going to have to bend but not break.
Yeah, they got to come up with a stop here.
You can give up a field goal here and still be in a one-possession game, but you can't afford a touchdown.
2 receivers split wide left. Tight end to the right side. D'Amico gives to Sosif running left, hitting the backfield, and down he goes there. A loss out to about the 20, maybe the 21-yard line. Bring up second down and long.
Loss of 1 yard on the play.
Yeah, they're able to get him for a loss there.
Ball resting right at the Monett Cub 20-yard line, and the clock rolls with 7:35 left here in the fourth quarter. Monett down by 4. It's 20-16. Here comes Sosif again. He cuts against the grain, but doesn't find a whole lot of room there either as he comes forward for a gain of about 3.
Yeah, so they're able to bring it to fourth down. Aiden Rivera with the tackle, along with Riley Ray.
So third down and 8. Yep. McDonald County in no hurry to get these plays underway. They want to use that play clock. And the game clock rolls inside 6:40.
This is a big down for the Cubs defense just to make sure they don't even get close to the first down and give yourself more room on fourth.
D'Amico will keep it himself inside the 15. Plunges forward close to the 10-yard line.
Be about a yard short.
Yeah, gain of 6.
If I'm the Cubs defense, I sell out and stop the run. If they beat you with the pass, they beat you with the pass, but you stuff the run.
Yeah, it's 4th down and 1 here. Ball at the 10. You're absolutely right.
You're going to have to show me you can
Yeah.
throw for it. Cause
You know what? You lock up man-to-man on the outside, and then you just line up and stop Sosif as he tries to get this yard. Here we go, 4th down and 1. Martin is at quarterback, but he gives to Sosif, and Sosif, oh, here comes a flag. Actually, 2 flags thrown on this play. He had the first down, but
Brado with the tackle.
we'll see what the call is. It's going to be holding against the Mustangs. That'll be a 10-yard penalty.
We'll see what Coach Hoover elects to do here with the Mustangs on 4th down.
Boy, that's a big penalty against McDonald County. Moves the ball back to the 20 and brings up 4th down and 11.
And if you're the Cubs defense here on the D-line, watch the ball because they're going to try to do a little hard count to get some of that back.
2 receivers wide to the left. Split backs beside the quarterback. D'Amico back to pass. Looking, throws to the sideline. And it is incomplete.
Cubs defense comes up with the crucial stop in the red zone.
And that stop brought to you by Monett Sheet Metal, the area's leader in heating and air conditioning. With more than 50 years of experience, Monett Sheet Metal can install new units or repair your current system. Boy, that's big.
Bend but don't break.
Yes. And the Cubs with plenty of time, 5:28 left.
Exactly. You don't need to force it. You take what they give you and you work your way down the field. You play smart.
Washik will line up in the shotgun. 5 receivers in this formation. He looks, throws right. The pass caught for a gain of about 7.
Great first play there for the Cubs offense. You get forward, you get some yards.
Was that Brandt with a catch?
Yeah, I think that was Landon Brandt.
Gain of 7. Second down and 3. Washik looking left, looking, still with it. And hits Humfleet to the 30, 35, 40. Boy, that was a good pass.
And he lofted it over a defender. It was a scary one, but he put good touch on the football. Humfleet's down on the sideline. He got his legs kind of swept out from under him there.
Official timeout.
They'll mark him out at the 44 for a gain of 17. Yeah, you're right. It's exactly what happened. Kind of swept his legs out from under him as he sprinted down the near sideline. Right now he's laying face down. He took a tumble on the sideline for sure.
He's a tough kid, too. He's taken a lot of hits this year. He'd be a big loss for the Cubs. Hope he's okay.
Reset the what's going on at this point. Humfleet on the sideline after a 17-yard reception. Cubs picked up a much-needed first down there, and their drive continues.
This is why I spoke to you about in pre-games. You know, we talked about Walker Brado switches number 66. He can't be a running back anymore. So hypothetically, if you did lose Humfleet for a little bit, usually you would have used Brado in that package instead. You don't have that option anymore.
You did. You mentioned that in the pregame. Hopefully Humfleet
You
will
could
be
just go
okay.
grab his little jersey and put it on.
Well, Humfleet's on his feet now.
Sometimes you just take a hard fall and you need a minute. Hopefully that's all it is.
Yeah.
I think he landed on his back pretty hard.
Yeah, he landed on his tailbone, I think, and that'll probably leave a mark.
He'll be sore tomorrow. Hopefully, as long as that's it, though, hopefully he's okay and able to play the rest of this year and just be all right.
He is standing and moving okay. It's always good to see that. 1st and 10 for the Cubs as we resume action. Washik gets the snap, drops straight back, throws, has a man wide open. Nesselrode, 25-20, 15-10, and pushed out of bounds inside the 5.
A massive catch by Nesselrode, another one for him. Nesselrode having a big game on this offense, able to get inside the 5. They'll mark it at the 5. I think they marked him a little short of where he was. Nonetheless, Cubs have it 1st and goal. Have an opportunity to get their first lead in the 4th quarter this season.
That's a 49-yard pass play, and Nesselrode's up to 139 yards receiving.
Could see a quarterback draw.
You know who you need in there right now.
Umfleet or Brado.
Washik will look to throw. Now he scrambles, still with it, and flips it late. It's caught. Touchdown, Monett!
He shovel passed it to Landon Brandt, who comes up with the touchdown, and the Cubs have the lead again.
Brandt from 5 yards out. That's one of those plays that you go, no, 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 yes.
Yeah, I was thinking run, 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 and then he waited the last second, did a shovel pass, and here comes the 2-point attempt for the Cubs. And you will have Umfleet for this where they usually would.
Now, you do remember the name Brett Favre, right?
Oh, of course. I love Brett Favre.
That was a Brett Favre type play where he'd flick it there at the end.
Gutsy.
If that's what the adjective you want to use, yes.
Gutsy. I'll use gutsy.
And let's credit Brandt. Brandt did a great job staying in bounds to make the catch right at the pylon. Here's Washik, 2-point conversion, throws over the middle. It's caught close to the goal line, and they say yes, the 2-point conversion is good.
And that's a massive 2-point conversion because now it's not a 3-point game. They can't go for a field goal to either take the lead or tie it. Now the McDonald County Mustangs have to score a touchdown.
You're right. And that TD brought to you by the law offices of Randall, Massery & Randall, Monett's hometown professional law firm. With over 65 years of experience, you'll get the best possible results when you call them at 235-8688. The successful PAT conversion, sponsored by Home Shield Pest Control, a quality, affordable pest service provider for your home or business. Call 772-4177 to schedule your next visit. This kickoff sponsored by Farm Bureau agent Lance Metlock. He's for Missouri, and he's for the Monett Cubs. Call 236-0422 to schedule an appointment with Lance. Well, we've got a barn burner.
We got a barn burner. Cubs searching for their first home win since 2022 against Cassville in Week 9.
Matthew Simon to kick for the Cubs.
It's important just to remember your keys on defense.
Yep.
And do your job.
Kickoff down to the 16-yard line. Return to the 20, to the 25, and out near the 32, and that's where the Mustangs will have it 1st and 10.
Still plenty of time left in this game. 4:35 remaining in the 4th quarter. So definitely can't feel like you've won. Yeah, you got to finish the job. There's still a lot of time left from a veteran McDonald County staff.
Cubs trying to break a 15-game losing streak. You know those kids want it, but you're right.
You can't force it. You got to play your job, do your assignment, and that's how you get there.
1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. D'Amico at quarterback. He gives to Sosif up the middle. He goes with running room, and he rumbles for a 1st down.
Camden Ellis with the tackle. And that picks up the 1st down for the Mustangs on their first snap. So big first play of this drive for the Mustangs.
You know, I'm going to go back to something you said earlier. It'd be a good time for a Monett Cub turnover.
Well, Miles Young's had a few of them this year. See if he can work his magic.
Here comes Sosif again. Sidestep one, tackler, forward it goes. The ball comes out. I think the Cubs got it.
And
the Cubs have it.
It's Tucker Anderson with the football. The ball just shot up in the air.
Yeah, he was hit. The ball, as you said, spiraled straight up in the air, came down in Tucker's arms. And I said the Cubs needed a turnover.
You gave it the commentator's jinx. The Cubs fans love you. McDonald County, not so much.
Well, now the Cubs are 4 minutes away from a victory here.
And you run pretty much a pass-only offense, so it's not like you have the ice the clock style. We'll see what they do. If they bring in a running back now, or if, it looks like they're just going to stay 5 wide. You just got to keep playing the way you have been.
Here's a quick pass to Brandt. Brandt to the 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, to the 20, 15, to the 10, 5, to the house. Touchdown, Cubs.
We were thinking ice it. Washik threw just a screen pass to Brandt. Took off down the sideline, made 2-man miss, found his way in the end zone, and now it's a 2-possession game, and the Cubs are up in the 4th.
46 yards for the score. And the Cubs are up 30-20. So Brandt, the last 2 times he's touched it, 2 touchdowns.
What's Washik up to yardage-wise now?
I need a calculator.
He's thrown the football
I'm going to say about 250, I'm guessing, at this point.
If you had him on your fantasy team, you'd be pretty happy.
Yeah. 2-point conversion. Washik fires to the end zone, and the conversion is good.
Landon Brandt just going up and making a grown man play.
Touchdown brought to you by the law offices of Randall, Mastery, and Randall. The extra point comes your way through Home Shield Pest Control, a quality, affordable pest service provider for your home or business. This upcoming kickoff will be sponsored by Farm Bureau agent Lance Matlock.
Now, the important thing to remember, it's 3:45 left in this game. You scored twice in under a minute. They can do the same thing. You can't over-celebrate right now and just write this game in the win column yet.
You're right.
You got to play to the final whistle.
You're right, and I'm looking at the scoreboard, and both teams with 3 timeouts left. But you know what? I like the Cubs' chances better now than I did about 3 minutes ago.
And they got a whole lot of life and belief. And belief is a dangerous thing for a team that hasn't felt it in a while.
32-20 our score. Monett has rallied with 2 touchdowns here in the 4th. Kickoff, low line drive kick that's fielded at the 27, returned to the 30, to the 35, and a big hit at the 40. That's where McDonald County will have it 1st and 10.
Looks like Parker Messer with the tackle.
You've called his name a few times too.
Yeah, Messer's had a pretty solid performance for the Cubs tonight. Made a good hit there.
Wonder how Irwin's doing upstairs. He's probably getting excited up there.
Yeah, hey, he told me before his prediction was Cubs win, but he said OT.
Well, let's not go overtime. 1st and 10 for McDonald County. They come out now with 5 receivers.
Martin comes in now.
I guess 4 receivers, 3 to the near side, 1 to the left.
You got to watch him because he can throw as well.
D'Amico back to pass. Looks left, no one open. Now he's wanting to scramble. Still with it, and goes out of bounds at about the 45. And they're going to call a penalty on this, or is there a hold on the play?
Ray was kind of caught in no man's land. He had a receiver a little bit behind him. He had quarterback scrambling out, and he had no help. He played it as well as he could. We'll see what the flag is here.
It surely wasn't a late hit on this sideline.
No,
He just
Ray
barely
pulled
touched
up
him.
and just kind of tapped him.
Be a gain of about 5 if the play stands. Might be a legal man downfield.
I think Mock would have lost his mind if they called it on Riley Ray.
Oh, it's going to be a blindside block on McDonald County. So that'll wipe out that short gain. That'll be a 15-yard penalty on McDonald County.
Illegal blindside block.
So the Cubs trying to cap a come from behind victory here. They still have 3.5 minutes to contend with. McDonald County now faces first down and about 22. D'Amico out of the shotgun will roll to the left. Still with it, throws it late and overshoots his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
He hit a bullseye on the chain marker.
Did he?
Yeah, perfect. Right on the money.
So if that was a Dunkin' booth, somebody'd been in the water. You know how the Dunkin'
Yes.
booths have those? Good analogy? I don't know.
Monett calls a timeout.
Timeout on the field. A reminder that all timeouts sponsored by Century 21 Properties Unlimited. Let them take the hard work out of buying or selling a home. Fourth quarter brought to you by Hydro Extrusions in Monett. Come join the Hydro family for a rewarding career. A reminder that your Monett Cubs broadcast team, sponsored by A-List Properties. For all your real estate needs, their team is working hard for your family. Well, you got to like Monett's chances, but the job's not done yet.
Job's not finished. You can feel good. You should feel good. You play to win. You got to play smart.
Yeah. Yes. Number one, don't let anybody get behind you.
No.
Okay. Keep those
Play
receivers in
your
front
keys.
of you. Yep.
Stick to your fundamentals. Do your job. Don't try to do too much. Don't try to do someone else's job for them.
Second down and 22 from the 28-yard line. D'Amico out of the shotgun. He drops straight back. Screen pass up the middle to the 30 to the 35 and out to about the 40 for a gain of 12.
That was a good call by McDonald County. Cubs defenders went shooting upfield. They pop a screen right over the top, and they get back a lot of that yardage they had lost, make it third and manageable.
Gain of 12, so it's third down and 10. That pass was to the back, De La Cruz.
Chris Calhoun and Walker Fredo.
Third down and 10. Mustangs back to pass D'Amico. Under pressure, fires. Incomplete. Off the outstretched hand of
Rubeck.
In
coverage was Riley Ray.
There's a penalty marker on the play.
Flag down in the backfield.
It's going to be roughing the passer.
Defense.
So that'll be an automatic first down for the Mustangs. 2:27 left.
And you know, I saw the hit on the quarterback.
What's your call, Coach?
It really wasn't all that late, but it was up pretty high, so it might have been like hands to the helmet, to the face.
Perfect time to remind you there is a ref shortage. So if you are mad at officials, feel free to sign up, take courses, and become a ref.
Personal foul.
That's right. Because they're still playing some games on Thursday night
Yep.
because they don't have enough officials.
And you get the best seat in the house.
I don't know. If I'm an umpire, I don't know if that's the best seat in the house or not. First and 10, Mustangs from the Cub 44. Back to pass, D'Amico, still with it. Scrambling now to the left, throws late, and has a man, and he's going to score. Touchdown, McDonald County.
The Mustangs answer with Rubeck getting a big touchdown reception, and now we're back to a one-possession game.
So Rubeck with the catch. 44 yards.
How long did you say it was?
44. PAT upcoming to make it a 5-point game. Snap back, ball down, the kick up. It's high enough, it's long enough. And it is good. 2:17 left in this one. Monett leads 32-27. We'll be back with the fantastic finish in this one after this timeout. 17 left on the clock. Monett leads 32-27. McDonald County with all 3 of their timeouts left. And boy, that's exactly what you didn't want for the Cubs, a quick score from McDonald County.
Yeah, just a big strike. Cubs defender kind of ran into someone, and all of a sudden you had a man by himself just streaking down the sideline. And
perfect throw. Quarterback put it right on the money.
These kicks are taking some weird hops. We'll see how it goes.
This was an onside kick that goes out of bounds. It went through the legs of a Cub.
There was a flag.
Well, the flag should be for it being kicked out of bounds.
Well, it came in before.
Well, what's the call?
The white hat threw it.
Well, they're going to re-kick it.
You know the onside's coming.
Yeah? What's the call here?
I think one of the Mustangs guys might have ran ahead of the ball before it was kicked.
How did he throw the flag, though?
I don't know. I was shocked it came from the back.
Maybe, did they kick it before they got the ready signal, potentially?
Usually they just stop you then.
Now it's going to be a re-kick from the 35.
You know it's coming.
But where's it going? Well, I hear the whistle now. We're ready to go. Here's a kick. It is a onside kick that's fielded by the Cubs at their own 46. And now a flag comes out. And this is going to be a penalty on the Cubs, I think, after the play. I saw the flag come out. I saw a McDonald County player on his back. A Monett player with his palms to the sky. I think this is going to be a personal foul on the Cubs.
It's going to back them way up.
Personal foul.
Personal foul on the return team.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10th accepted penalty on the Cubs. Instead of having it at the 46, they'll have it at the 31.
You know who's back on the field, though? Colin Umfleet. And you need him right now.
Yeah, you need him for 1 first down. The Cubs need 1 first down.
The Mustangs got 3 timeouts, so you need a little bit more. 2. You need 2.
If you get it on 3rd down,
if you get it on 3rd down, you might be fine.
Umfleet's walking rather gingerly, however.
Or you score again. That works too.
Washik back to pass, has a man wide open. That's Nesselrode to the 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, to the house.
No flags. I say you can score again too.
69 yards. And a touchdown for the Cubs.
And Nesselrode has had a monster game for the Cubs.
Yes, he's over 200 yards in receiving tonight.
So Brandt's done a great job, but Washik has thrown the ball well tonight.
Well, you called that one. I called the turnover earlier. You called the scoring play.
Most teams, you would run the ball there. Coach Mock runs 5 wide. We throw the ball.
And the Cubs now have 38 on the board. 2-point conversion. Here's a pass to the right side, and this one is incomplete, but a flag comes out, and that's going to be an interference on the defense. So that'll move the Cubs a little closer. Be about a 2-yard penalty.
And here comes the jumbo set.
And who's going to be in it? Is it going to be?
It's going to be Umfleet.
Yeah, he's out there.
He's a tough kid.
Pass interference against the defense. The ball is not placed at the one.
Well, you know who the ball's going to, and you know exactly what they're doing.
He's going to the right. There he goes. He's hitting the backfield, but breaks the tackle, and he's into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good. And with the Monett Cubs, if they're converting those 2-point conversions, you need to know your 8 tables. Because they've scored 5 times, they have 40 points. 5 times 8 is 40.
It's come in handy. Otherwise, you'd be at 35-27, still a one-possession game.
Yep.
You're at a two-possession game because you get the 2-point conversions.
But the odds
High
of going,
risk, high reward.
the odds of going 5 for 5 on 2-point conversions, not that great, but the Cubs are 100% tonight. So, you know what? That touchdown brought to you by the law offices of Randall Mastery and Randall, Monett's hometown professional law firm. The successful 2-point conversion sponsored by Home Shield Pest Control, a quality, affordable pest service provider for your home or business. And this kickoff sponsored by your Farm Bureau agent, Lance Matlock. He's for Missouri, and he's for the Monett Cubs. Well, now we're down to 2 minutes. It was 3.5 minutes a while ago.
We've had more points in this last 3-4 minutes than I think we have all season.
Yeah, this fourth quarter has been wacky, to say the least. Here's a kickoff. Angled to the near side. The Cubs could get on top of this, and they have! The Cubs have recovered.
And Coach Mock is beaming from ear to ear.
Yeah.
And now you got the opportunity to put the dagger. That could be the dagger right there. Now you just got to get a first down. Or score. You can always score. Scoring is always an option.
I'm not going to put that out as something that couldn't happen here. The Cubs have it at the 32. There's a stoppage in action here, a timeout on the field. A reminder that Century 21 Properties Unlimited sponsors our timeouts. Let them take the hard work out of buying or selling your home. Again, a reminder tonight was Hall of Fame night here at Monett. Congratulations to the 1977 football team, Dr. Ralph Scott, Kenley Richardson, Brittany Davis-Welters, Don Rundle, Kellen Bonus, Kyle Meyer, and Raymond Kruger for their inception into the Monett Hall of Fame. One of these days it might be you.
One of these days.
Into the Hall of Fame. You never know. You might get inducted as an announcer.
Hey, maybe. ESPN or Fox hire me one day, or maybe successful for a university or something. I want to be college football, college basketball. I love college sports. That's my. I would not turn down the NFL if they asked.
Yeah, I bet you wouldn't turn down a job.
No.
Well, here come the Cubs, 5 wide. Washik back to pass. He's cranking it up and throwing it deep right side, and it is incomplete.
Yeah, you're not going to get that call, and he threw it up just a little bit behind him. That ball just hung up there in the air. Meek's unable to come up with it. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That was Mr. Washik's 41st pass, if I have my numbers right.
Which sounds like a lot, but he's thrown the ball more than that multiple times this year.
Yep. 2nd down and 10. Washik back to pass. Flips it to Brandt. Brandt cuts it up inside the 25 to about the 23 for a gain of nearly 10 yards.
He's right there at the marker, it looks like. We'll see what they call. Looks like 3rd and short.
Gain of 8. Brandt up to 83 yards tonight. He started slow, but he's come on like gangbusters. And right there, that play, Ryan, is like a run for the Monett Cubs.
It is. It's just quick swing pass. And that's what a run play is in that offense. It's just quick. You get it out. You take what you can get. Here, I would probably use Umfleet. You're 3rd and short. You let them ice again.
Well, they're going to milk the clock as much as possible. They're going to call a timeout here, I would think, and then set up their 3rd and 2 play.
I think you line up in your little pistol set that you like, and I'd run Colin left.
I'd run right. It's been good all night.
Fair. Don't change it. Ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right. Again, a timeout on the field sponsored by Century 21 Properties Unlimited. Well, I'm not sure I expected this kind of game tonight. I didn't know what to expect.
I didn't think we'd be hitting 40 when we entered the 4th quarter.
And, you know, we've zoomed past the 9:30
the
hour.
The Cubs had 16 points entering the 4th quarter, and they scored to 16 late in the 3rd.
Yeah.
Now they're sitting at 40.
Yeah, they got hot fast. Hey, a reminder that you're listening to Monett Cub Football on KKBL 95.9 FM in Monett. Yeah, they've really got it cranked up here late in the third and then into the fourth. And they were a benefactor of a fumble recovery and then an onside kick recovery or a squib kick recovery. 3rd down and 2. Looks like they'll keep Washik in here, or is that Umfleet? No,
That's
that's
Washik.
Washik back to pass. Still with it. Throws over the middle. It's caught, and it's a 1st down for the Cubs.
Still fighting for extra yards there. That's Soriano, I believe. No, that's Messer. Parker Messer coming up with the reception.
Messer from the 24 down to the 15, a gain of 9, and a huge 1st down. The Cubs 16th.
I think they're going victory formation. They just did the touchdown signal. Coach Mock to his quarterback.
Do they know how to do a victory formation? I mean, they're not going to get under center here.
No, they're still doing shotgun.
Yeah, shotgun, he'll take a knee. So they're letting the play clock run down. And
They got to delay a game.
They got to delay a game.
They haven't ran that in a while. But you know what? That's going to feel really good for those boys tonight.
Yes. To get off the snide, to get the monkey off their back, whatever cliche you want to use.
You play more loose now and you have more belief.
And a snap back and a loss on the play.
And that'll do it.
That will do it unless McDonald County calls a timeout. They won't. So for the first time in 16 games, the Cubs will taste the sweet nectar of victory.
Yeah, and they earned it.
They did earn it. And the crowd here on the west sideline rise to their feet to salute these kids who pull out a big victory here tonight against McDonald County. Monett will improve to 1-4 on the season. McDonald County will fall to 0-5, but the Cubs win it by the score of 40-27. The Cubs break a long losing streak, and a lot of folks here are very, very happy and very proud of their team. Cubs win it in an exciting manner, 40-27. We'll slip away. We'll be back with the Cubs Cafe postgame show after this timeout. Game is brought to you by the fine people at Cubs Cafe, who thank you for staying tuned to the postgame show. Home cooking at its best, Cubs Cafe serves happiness to their customers, one delicious meal at a time. Your Monett Cubs broadcast team is sponsored by A-List Properties. For all your real estate needs, their team is working hard for your family. 40-27, the final in this one. The Cubs break a long losing streak. And there's a lot of happy faces here on the west sideline. And look at the student section run to the field now to celebrate with their football team. A big win for the Cubs tonight as they rally late and win it going away 40-27. And I'm going to turn it over to Ryan and relax for a minute or two as he goes over tonight's scoring summary.
Paper pop. All right, we'll just go from the complete side of the game. First quarter, 2:09. Sosa would get the scoring started for the Mustangs with a 6-yard touchdown run, making it 7-0 Mack County. Cubs would strike first in the second quarter at the 9:36 mark. Colin Umfley would have a 5-yard touchdown run and a 2-point conversion to give the Cubs their first lead of the season, making it 8-7. But with just 7 seconds left in the half, the Mustangs would answer and get momentum going into halftime with a 26-yard touchdown pass from D'Amico to Martin, making it 13-8 at halftime. In the third quarter, the Mustangs would strike first at the 2:43 mark as Ryder Martin would have a 10-yard touchdown pass to Rustler, making it 20-8. The third quarter, with only 36 seconds left in the quarter, Aaron Soriano would have a 19-yard touchdown catch and another 2-point conversion for the Cubs, made it 20-16. Then at the 4:42 mark, Washik would have a 5-yard touchdown pass to Brandt that he did a shovel pass on to give their Cubs their first lead in the fourth quarter this year, and another 2-point conversion, making it 24-20. Then Landon Brandt would have a 46-yard touchdown catch from Washik, making it 32-20, and another 2-point conversion. But then the Mustangs would answer with 2:17 left as Rubik would have a 44-yard touchdown catch, making it 32-27. And then with just 2:04 left, Nessero would have a 69-yard touchdown catch, making it 40-27 after another 2-point conversion for the Cubs. Your final score, Monett wins 40-27 over the Mustangs.
Big night for the Cubs as they post their first victory of the season. They beat the Mustangs 40-27. We'll slip away and hear from some of our outstanding sponsors. We'll be back with more of the Cubs Cafe postgame show after this timeout. Cubs victorious as they defeat the Mustangs from McDonald County by the score of 40-27. Taking a look at statistics, unofficial as they may be. First of all, for the McDonald County Mustangs, they finished tonight with 21 first downs. So their offense had a very good night as they ran the ball for 191 yards and they ran the ball for 193 yards. They passed for 191 yards, so very balanced.
Yeah.
Right at 380 yards, and a tremendous night for them. The Cubs, they've passed for 380.
Yeah, Washington just threw the ball well. Phenomenal. It's Coach Mock's about to
We're
join
going to
us.
be joined in the postgame by Coach Mock. I'm hoping he's heading in. Here he comes.
Congratulations.
Coach Mock joining us. The interview brought to you by Cubs Cafe, a proud sponsor of Monett Cubs football. Well, first of all, congratulations, Coach.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What a game.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for our kids. You know, they've experienced a lot of loss and a lot of adversity, and they faced adversity tonight, but they battled and fought together and, put together a good second half. So I was excited for those kids.
Yeah, we were talking about the fact that your second touchdown came late in the third quarter, but that was just a signal for things to come. You put together a great fourth quarter.
Yeah, no, I think it was not frustrating, but somewhat frustrating to me because I know what this offense can do, and I know the players that we have on offense, and just for them to see it go. You know, we scored 32 points there in the second half, and kind of took a knee there at the end. So I think when these kids can see what they can do, and that's what I've been telling them all along. You know, every piece of the puzzle is here. I believe in their abilities. You know, our kids are just as good as anybody else we played, if not better. And they can win every game if they do it together. And they started to do it together tonight, so I was excited for them to put that win.
So because you play so fast, my stats are unofficial. Let me just tell you that. Right. But I've got Washik throwing for 380 tonight. That's a heck of a night.
Yeah, you know, it's just 120 yards short of our goal for the week, but he did a good job, and we got to play a little bit faster. There's a lot of things we can correct, but obviously it feels a lot better to work and correct those after a win than a loss.
Carson Nesrode had a huge night for you, over 200 yards of receiving and a late touchdown.
Yeah, he did a really good job. You know, he's a kid. When I first got here last winter and watched a basketball game, he was kind of hurt on the sidelines. He looked like a good kid, kind of a skinny kid, and I was like, man, everyone says he's athletic, and I turned on the film last year and watched him play running back a little bit, and I was like, man, that kid could be a star in this type of offense. But, you throw Carson out there, and Carson had that touchdown catch there late, but he threw a block for Landon that opened the path for Landon to go score that touchdown. Landon made, obviously, an incredible play down the field, but Carson helped him break free, which set up his touchdown catch. So that's what I told him. I said, you guys got to do it together, and they're starting to do that. Yeah,
they put together a really good 1-2 punch because Brandt was at 83 yards, had a couple of touchdowns, kind of a makeshift touchdown there in the corner of the end zone. Your quarterback scrambling and kind of shuttled it forward. But, boy, that was a huge play for you guys.
Yeah, no, it's one of the things we do in the offseason is when we're allowed to practice. We play a game called ragtag with forward laterals, and they got to make plays. And Dylan, I've seen him make that play all spring with Landon, so it was cool to see it play out in a game. But I thought our offensive line played well. We had some guys on defense ready to play offensive line for us tonight, but I just felt like they were playing good enough that we didn't need to bring them over. So I was real proud and excited of how they played.
And your defense made some big stops at some key points tonight. Got a huge turnover in the fourth quarter as well.
Yeah, I think they kind of sealed the win and gave us a lot of confidence when they made that play. But I like I said all year, I think our defense is playing well enough to beat anybody. We just got to get our offense going, get first downs, and score touchdowns. And I knew, at some point it was going to go. And so now it's, embrace the win, handle the win like a professional, and then let's get ready for East Newton.
Yeah, East Newton's playing some good ball this year. At halftime, I think they were up in their game, but don't know how that one turned out. But East Newton is a quality opponent on the road.
Yeah, I think, week in, week out in the Big 8, like I said, it's one of the best, if not the best conferences in the state of Missouri. And so we're going to have our hands full every week. Doesn't matter who you play. So at the end of the day, it's something that I've told our kids. We have to worry about what we can control and do, our preparation and get ready to play. It doesn't matter who we play. But if we prepare and they do it together and believe in each other and love each other, they can do anything they want to.
I know they have to be excited, to get the monkey off their back and get things rolling. You string together some good games here late in the year, anything's possible.
Yeah, no, that's what I look at our schedule, and we played Seneca, we played Stratford, we played Nevada. And at one time, they were all state ranked. We feel like we wish we could play Aurora again, but that game's in the past. So we played some good teams, and that's what I told our kids. Each week, it's win or lose, we got to get better. We got to improve and get better every day. So it feels a lot better to improve and get better after a win, though.
Absolutely. We saw that Umfleet took quite a spill there on that reception on the sideline. He came back in later, but I saw that there was kind of a hitch in his giddy-up. Is he going to be okay?
I don't know. I think he carried 2 or 3 guys across the goal line on that 2-point conversion.
He did?
So hopefully he'll be all right.
Yeah, he took quite a spill, but that was a huge play there, too, on the receiving end of that. A great pass by Washik over the arms of the defender, and down the sideline went Umfleet.
Yeah, great touch, and that's this offense could be dangerous. Dylan has a great arm. You got Colin, you got Aaron, you got Landon, you got Alex, you got Carson Nesselrode, you got Michael Diaz, you got Parker Messer, you got freshman Connor Russell. You got a lot of guys that come in there. August Black, Miles Young, they've worked there this week, so we feel really good about it. The athletes on the perimeter and so forth, and our offensive line played really good tonight. So, like I said all along, when I got here in the spring and saw these kids, I was like, man, we could be really good. And now, just hopefully that the confidence in themselves and what they can do continues to build, because I think this team could beat anybody.
Well, take a few hours and enjoy this one.
Yeah.
And you know what? Let's put two in a row together.
Yeah, we're going to probably try to put 2 in a row together. I'm going to go up there and watch a little East Newton right now and try to, sleep on what they do offensively and defensively, and we'll get ready to go starting tomorrow.
Awesome. Thanks for coming up.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's Coach Ben Mock. We'll be back with more of the postgame after this timeout. to Burl Fowler. The Cubs victorious 40-27. Tonight's interview with Coach Mock was brought to you by Cubs Cafe, a proud sponsor of Monett Cubs football. Located at 202 Highway 37, the folks at Cubs Cafe always have their purple and gold on. It's time to talk about players of the game. Tonight's players of the game brought to you by Heritage Tractor, your local John Deere dealer with various locations in the area. It's a great time of year to buy a tractor, so be sure to stop in for great deals and low financing. On the offensive side, I'm going to go with two Cubs to share the award tonight. Dylan Washik, 31 of 43 with 4 touchdowns, 380 yards passing tonight. And also Carson Nesselrode, who finished with 8 catches for 208 yards and a score.
I can't name very many Cub receivers that have ever touched 200. I don't know if I can't name any off the top of my head. I'm not sure that list is more than 5 ever that have eclipsed 200 in a game.
Yeah, it's a big night for Nesselrode. So there's 2. On the defensive side, Ryan?
I mean, who else would it be? It's Aiden Rivera, and I don't think it's close. I mean, he had a phenomenal game, and he would meet Sosif at the line head on, and he would bring him down, and that's a tough matchup.
You know, Coach got up here so quick I didn't get to go over all these stats, but, you know, I did mention that McDonald County was very balanced tonight, 191 yards passing, 193 yards rushing. They were led in the ground by Sosif, who had a big night, 97 yards and a couple of scores. Their quarterback, D'Amico, was 13 of 24, a good night for him as well. But the story, Dylan Washik, 31 of 43 with 4 scores and 208 yards for Nesselrode, 83 more for Brandt, 33 for Soriano, 28 for Colin Umfleet. Umfleet led the rushing attack with 30 yards and a touchdown, so another good night from Colin as well. The final in this one, 40-27. I'm going to turn it over to Ryan now as he takes a look at the rest of the Big 8 Conference here in week number 5.
We'll start it off, and Casper was down at the half, 13-7 to Harrisonville. The Wildcats would shut out Harrisonville the entire second half, and the final score would be 13-7 Harrisonville. The Wildcats couldn't punch it in either. Seneca would roll, as always, 56-14 over the Hound Dogs. It was never in question. Nevada beats East Newton 28-7. So East Newton had the lead at the half, and then the Tigers kind of dominated the second half of the game, and it came away with the win. Mount Vernon and Lamar. We said this is going to be Mount Vernon's test. It's kind of basically who's getting second. Seneca's getting first. That's just, unless they were to lose 2, I think that's going to be it. The final score was 42-32, Mountaineers by 10 over the Tigers.
So the Tigers, not only with 2 losses, but with back-to-back losses.
And
the
last time that happened, actually, I know when it happened.
Okay.
It was in 2019, and they lost in Burl Fowler. And the following week, they would go to Seneca, and they lost a close one. They just played bad, and we were watching the film about it, and they just it was very rare, sloppy game from Lamar that never happens, and they just had a hangover effect from the loss, I guess, and ended up losing 2. They turned it around that year, but that was a big deal. And
I wonder how many broadcasts we can get back to that game here at Burl Fowler.
Every single one of them.
Great job.
Every single one of them.
Yeah,
you led it into that one yourself. You said, "When's the last time that happened?"
I know.
I can tell you when that happened.
I knew the answer, so
I was there.
Yeah. Well, interesting tonight. You didn't give me an update on Clever, so it must have been a rough night.
The last I looked, it was fourth quarter, and Fairgrove was up 40-14. I mean, Fairgrove, number 1 team in the state.
Yep.
Clever, the first half, they had 14 of their own, and they were competitive.
Yep.
And
you know what? Fairgrove, number 1 team in the state, and Clever coming into that one 3-1. So
I got one for you. Republic beat Joplin 49-38. Republic's really on the come up. That used to be a team in the COC that was just kind of middle or bottom. That's a legit top-tier team now in the COC. You got Nixa this year. That's just going to be above everybody.
And a lot of people were saying Republic was rebuilding this year. Outside of getting beat by Nixa to start off with, they've looked strong.
And usually Lebanon, for example, that's usually a pretty solid team. Nixa rolls 56-12 over Lebanon. Nixa, they're hunting for a state title.
Yeah, they are.
That's the goal.
They really are. Well, tonight the Cubs were hunting for a win, and they got it. It was 40-27 tonight. We're going to slip away here from some more of our outstanding sponsors, and we'll come back to wrap it up from Burl Fowler after this timeout. postgame show here at Monett. The Cubs win at 40-27. As we go across the 10 o'clock hour, a reminder that you're listening to the Monett Cubs on KKBL 95.9 FM in Monett, Missouri. Ryan, this a huge win for the Cubs for a lot of reasons. Number one, we talk about conference standings, breaking that long losing streak, but this was also a win against a district opponent.
Yeah, and that's going to be big because now you kind of secure yourself from being that last place seed. First seed gets a bye, so you'd play the 2. Last year, Monett was the 7 seed. They played the 2 seed West Plains. It's a long road trip. They might be able to avoid that this year. The other teams that really factor in for the Cubs that you need to look at was McDonald County, who you beat tonight, Marshfield, Logan Rogersville, and Carl Junction, because those 3 are also in the same conference. They play each other, and they're in that district. Logan Rogersville is 1-3, only win against Central, but has lost to Carl Junction, plays Marshfield later. Marshfield's done a little better. So if Marshfield beats Rogersville, that's another game the Cubs could possibly leap Logan if they're able to beat an East Newton or a Cassville late in the year. And so they could find themselves facing off against Marshfield if that were to happen.
Yeah, so we've made that trip to West Plains each of the
row.
last 2 years. Now, 2 years ago, it was after a first-round win.
It was.
Cubs beat
Logan Rogersville.
and that was the last Cubs win.
And it was a great game. That was a fun one.
It was a fun one. Then we made the long trip to West Plains, and Monett actually played West Plains pretty tough for most of that game. Then a year ago, we went back down to West Plains in the first round of districts, and that was a long night for the Cubs. But tonight, a good night for the Cubs. They win at 40-27. Your greatest takeaways from this week?
They came out. They weren't flat. They still played. They played passionate. They were hungry for the win. They weren't forcing things, and they weren't making some of the same little mistakes. There's improvement. You're seeing the improvement. There was early in the year, the Cubs had way too many personal fouls. An amount I had never seen before. They just kept getting unsportsmanlike personal fouls. You just can't have those things. You've seen those. That's discipline, and you've started to see those go away. You still had penalties tonight that you would like to take care of, but you're slowly shaving them off.
But one thing you didn't see tonight was turnovers.
You kept care of the football, which we said in the pregame was going to be take care of the football, capitalize on drives, force turnovers. Well, you forced a turnover. You took care of the football. You capitalized late in the game on drives.
And if you count the squib kick recovery as a turnover,
that's 2.
You went +2 in the turnover factor.
I count it. 11
penalties, however, that's the next thing the Cubs really need to work on. 11 penalties for 102 yards tonight. But a big fourth quarter, end of the third, 4 touchdowns.
24 points in the fourth.
24 in the fourth, but, in the half, 32 in the second half.
Add another minute to the fourth quarter. Yeah. So you take the last minute of the third, add to the fourth, and they have 32 points.
Yeah, they scored quickly tonight and came from behind to win this one with a score of 40-27. Well, that's going to about wrap it up here tonight. A reminder that the score of any contest is generally forgotten over time. However, the actions of players, coaches, and fans, well, they leave lasting impressions. So the next time you're out at a game, be sure to choose good sportsmanship. This message brought to you by Access Family Care with locations in Aurora, Mount Vernon, Cassville, Neosho, and in Joplin. Be sure to catch the Coach Mock Show next Friday evening right here on 95.9 FM. Coach Mock will sit down with Sammy Clapper to discuss tonight's victory as well as preview the upcoming game against the East Newton Patriots. The Coach Mock Show can be heard just ahead of our pregame show right here on KKBL. As we come to the end of this game and the end of this broadcast, Ryan and I, Erwin, would like to thank all of the people here at Monett High School for their help and hospitality. It's just the best place to call a game from. We just love being on home turf. A special thanks also goes out to all our sponsors who make the broadcast possible. We could not do these broadcasts without your support, so be sure to get out there and visit these local businesses and let them know how much they are appreciated. And finally, a big thank you to all our listeners out in Cub Nation. Thanks for being with us each and every Friday night during the season, and we're so glad to have brought you a victory here this evening. Just a reminder that our next football broadcast will be coming your way next Friday as the Cubs will take on the East Newton Patriots. Pregame is set to begin at or around 6:25 with kickoff scheduled at 7 p.m. Once again, our final score from Burrow Fowler tonight. The Monett Cubs 40, the McDonald County Mustangs 27. For my broadcast partner Ryan McCullough and our producer engineer Erwin Perez, this is Benji Finsky saying thanks for following the Cubs and good night from Monett.